Hey, welcome to ZSR and welcome to Ocarina of Time Randomizer. It's me, Tress is back after 2 weeks of moving shenanigans and 1 week without internet, but here I am, and I have something special for you in stock. It's the first showcase of the OoTR Dungeon Door Requirement rule set. Something between standard and no I am wrong warp, a glitched rule set for OoTR that we are more than happy to showcase. So let's mute the music, as I always do, you know how I run, and let's up the commentators and let's say hi to them. Let's say hi to Golden Serpinski, to Dobby Digital, and to Kari Eventide. What's up, folks?
Hi, Trez. Thanks for letting us do this. We're really excited to showcase this rule set on ZSR.
Yeah, welcome everyone. I'm the Snarky Lesbian. We have Dobby here and Golden. Let's have some good time.
Get to enjoy an awesome race.
Dobby's also here.
Did you guys not hear me? I just said stuff.
Yeah, you were really quiet again. You're getting more and more quiet by the second.
More audio issues?
Yeah.
Of course.
You probably have a lot of background noise on your...
Here, let's... I'm gonna regret this in 2 hours, but let's turn off the AC unit, and this will be fun in a couple hours.
The funny thing is, your voice is kind of like a rolling boulder. It's like you hear like a little noise in the background. You hear something slightly getting louder, and you know, oh, Dobby is going to say something in the next 5 seconds, and then you're actually appearing.
Hopefully that fixes the issue for now. Hopefully it at least improves.
And we see that Tidu has gone with a longer file name, which is strange because you generally want a shorter one for Randomizer to get through the text faster. But hopefully it won't hurt him in the end. He's usually the one that comes in first place.
For our viewers, currently in top left, we have Arthur Udini, who's a well-known runner in the community, both in standard as well as doing a variety of categories and tutorial. We have Happenfors, who's a GSR runner who also does quite a number of standard races. In the bottom left. Oh, is he doing MST now? Yes, now he's doing MST. He was previously also doing GSR. In the bottom left, we have T2, who is a standard runner, as well as who does a lot of bingos. In the bottom right, we have Runner Guy 2489, who has been speedrunning this game approximately since the Ming Dynasty, and has done a variety of different games, categories, and mods.
Yeah,
so,
and to get one funny thing. Apologies, do go on.
Yeah, okay, so just to give introductions from our commentary team, I'm Golden Serpinski. I was the one who kind of led the effort of the creation of this rule set. Dobby Digital, who also helped in creating the rule set, and then Snarky Lesbian, who saw the rule set, jumped in, and just started learning all the things about how to run these seeds. So
literally, like, it's those two like who are having like great ideas. Like Dobby is one with like amazing ideas. Golden is someone who wasn't able to do a Hess, so he just banned it outright.
I did not ban
Hessing. That's true. Hovers are banned.
Hovers are banned. That's the one I can't do.
Yeah.
So like the first thing I would mention is the beautiful irony about this whole rule set is that we made this really interesting rule set that kind of has glitches as well. It's basically standard seed with a standard settings, but you are allowed to do glitches. Now the really funny thing is that we have all these kinds of speedrunners in. Like we have Runner Guy, we have Happenforth, all those people that are really, really experienced with doing all kinds of crazy glitches. But in the grand scheme of things, the thing that always wins out is being able to understand the logic. So we constantly have new standard players coming in, and they just keep crushing us.
Yeah. Yeah, just because this rule set allows glitches doesn't mean that they just give you like this huge advantage. You have to know the logic still, and you have to keep track of that.
By the
In
way,
some cases,
sorry. Before we start, I just quickly want to actually make up for a mistake that I made. I didn't shout out our trackers, and I'm sorry, trackers. You're worth a lot to me, and I love you all, but I forgot you. I'm sorry. Chiro, Sonic R, Pika, Turaskar, and your everyday giant clam. Thank you so much. Race is starting in 5.
Apologize for
Let's
these
go.
names. Oh, maybe Treads will go over it.
Wait, who kicked me?
Treads having.
random
Only nice
bot.
delay, Dobby. They're actually starting.
Oh, that might be why. Yeah,
All
so
right.
for our trackers, just to quickly go over them, I apologize for the names I'm probably going to butcher. We have Shira L, Sonic R Pika, Turska, as well as your everyday giant clam. Thank you guys for tracking for us.
Yes, and it looks like we already have Bigoron Sword and the Deku Shield in Mido's house. We got Runner Guy going for the Kakuri Sword.
Baby seat.
By the way, just saying, one of our trackers accidentally disconnected me from the channel by actually kicking me out of the channel.
Accidentally.
Accidentally. So
Accidentally.
we're likely at the start of this to see openers very similar to that of standard, as your primary goal in DDR, very much like standard, is to acquire hints as well as to acquire items in order to allow you to glitch more. Some of the major items that are useful in terms of DDR glitching are bombs, hover boots, and hookshot.
Yeah. So once once you start seeing like hover boots and bombs show up, you start to get really excited because that opens up a lot of opportunities to move around. So the just to give an overview of the rule set, there's a couple of globally banned glitches like it's no I am wrong warp. You can't do SRM obviously. Obviously the platform exclusive trick. No duping is allowed, so you're not allowed to dupe bottles or repeating item checks at all. Hovering is banned. Hovering in combination with like a damage source, so like bomb hovers or berry hovers, etc. And equip swapping is another one that's another big one that's banned. But there's also other requirements that you have to do in order to enter a dungeon. There's a certain set of requirements that you must meet in order to enter a dungeon. So in most cases, it's just simply walk in, like Fire Temple and Spirit Temple. There, you can just walk in. But things like Shadow Temple, the requirement to get into Shadow Temple is that you light the torches. How you light the torches, we don't care. You can use Stin's Fire, you can use fire arrows, you can use Quick Put Away as Child and enter Shadow Temple that way. Another one that's kind of open as far as how you open is Water Temple. All you have to do is hit the the diamond with the hook shot, and then how you get into the temple is sort of up to you. You can use Iron Boots, you can dive in with a golden scale, you can do any form of cutscene dive to get down into the water and through the door.
So something relatively interesting to point out there immediately is when you look at Runner Guy's Scream. He's not really doing it anymore, but one of the annoying things I would argue about like default standard is that when you don't have the Kokiri sword, you have to attack everything with your stick. You have to create a broken stick every time you really want to attack things. In DDR, one of the main advantages we have, you can see it right now, we are actually able to activate Infinite Sword Glitch, which allows us, as you can see right here, which allows Runner Guy to both create more Deku sticks by farming them early on in Kokiri Forest, and now he can just run into the Deku Babas. That's really, really useful. And I actually think, like, to a certain degree, it makes it easier as well.
Well, in case you're a newcomer to OOT glitches, Infinite Sword Glitch is a glitch where you crouch stab and you interrupt that crouch stabbing animation with another action. targeting an enemy or reading a sign, and that causes the game to think you are infinitely stabbing your sword, or in this case, Deku Stick, which is very useful for, in particular, bosses such as Phantom Ganon, and as you see here, for farming sticks. We also saw T2 on his side. He also did a glitch in order to access the market at night by, believe it's referred to as Schrodinger's Bridge, or sometimes Cat Bridge. That if the bridge is loaded when you look at it, and then last time you look at it and it unloads, and as it draws up, then if you stand on the edge, you are able to pop directly onto the top.
So it looks like Runner Guy here made a good choice here going to Deku Tree. You got Boomerang and Light Arrows in here, which Boomerang tends with the DDR seeds. 3 items tend to be kind of the sticklers: Hammer, Mirror Shield, and Boomerang. So getting any one of those 3s is usually a really good find, because those are the items you just can't get around with any glitches.
So if I just saw that correctly, then shooting the sun gives you a bow.
Shooting the sun gives a bow, and we also saw on Arthur Houdini's side, one of the hints was mentioning that Megaton Hammer is unfreezing King Zora.
And Ice Cavern is barren, so that's even worse.
Yeah, Ice Cavern is barren, Gerudo Valley is barren, and outside Ganon's castle is barren. Bottom of the well, however, is Way of the Hero.
So interestingly, one of the things, so normally for unfreezing Zora, you'd have to use a bottle with blue fire in it. But now you can do, there's a certain method you can do. You can just side hop up the stairs and read the sign, walk away and come back, and it'll unload the ice for you. So there's no reason to go into Ice Cavern and go get blue fire. You can just side hop up. That's allowed in this rule set.
We'll see that, I'm sure, later on. I highly doubt any of these runners are going to be getting blue fire, unless it's given to them. So I'm sure we'll see that later on.
And Runner Guy just missed that skull color.
Yeah.
Pay special attention to that.
That'll be important later on when Mirror Shield's at 50 skulls.
It's also really important for like your own gratification when you remember that Runner Guy is basically CFG with shorter hair.
Oh, good. Stone of Agony.
Yeah.
Perfect. Always required for every seed, regardless what anyone tells you. It is 100% required in any DDR seeds. Don't even bother looking at the rule set. It's there.
So Arthur did something just interesting right now. He's entered Shooting Gallery at night. So provides an interesting routing opportunity. If you get stuck in the market at night and you need to do that check, you can there's a way to clip in just by jumping in.
I didn't even know you could do that.
It's something I've been meaning to learn. I just never got around to it.
It's actually fairly lenient. It's a lot easier if you have a Kokiri sword, since then you have effectively infinite tries.
And a silver scale at Lon Lon Ranch. Interesting.
So technically there is no wall there. It's okay. It's basically a clip because they don't mean you to go there. That's how clips work, right? Kappa. We also see one thing that's interesting is a lot of the runners have opted to go for early song routes. Even in DDR, early songs can be very useful, both for the movement potential of being able to warp all over the place, but also even this glitched rule set, Zelda's Lullaby is very frequently required. In particular, it's necessary for Shadow Temple and usually needed for Water Temple. So it's not surprising that many runners have opted to go that route.
I'm honestly kind of like begging, praying that we're getting an AD seed, so we get maximum content.
Maximum content.
Maximum content. And to Dotso in chat, if the door isn't loaded, is it still a PK skip? Yes. You have to open the door of the boss key.
Yes, you have to open the door with the boss key. Thought so. You memer.
Bad boy.
So we've had a couple of we've already had a couple of people check the pedestal. Let's see. Okay. So it looks like DC, Fire, Water, Shadow, and Spirit are required. Water can be very interesting in this rule set because there's a lot you can do with just a long shot and without iron boots, as I came to learn when I was doing one of these seeds.
Wait, was Jabu in there?
Jabu was not in there.
Guys, we have to tear it all down and start again. Jabu's a bloody highlight.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. In DDR, Jabu is a very fun dungeon. As long as you're able to find Boomerang. If you can't find Boomerang, then it's very annoying dungeon.
And if you're not on emulator.
Okay. So one of the cool things about doing Jabu in this rule set is if you have chews or you have bombs, you can do a mega flip over to the Baronade, going towards Baronade. So if you're in go mode, you can just quickly do a mega flip and jump over there. Now the part after it's a little bit interesting. You have to open the door. There's a certain trick you have to do to open the door. That's right there, but it's it only takes about 10 or 15 minutes.
I was about to say it's not really problematic at all. It's just frame perfect. No problem there.
It's only frame perfect,
I might even be double frame perfect, just for extra fun.
Okay.
But thankfully, we won't have to do that trip.
So I'm seeing just right now that happened while getting ISG. He's not using the option to have a rainbow swing color, so I'm automatically against him winning.
We also, on T2's side, in the bottom left, he's found the Rudo's letter, which in DDR is completely and totally useless. You would rather find an empty bottle.
Yeah, so both getting past King Zora as both child and adult is pretty it's somewhat easy. As an adult, it's pretty easy. There's just a simple clip you have to do. It's a little bit harder as a child because you got to do ledge cancel with a bomb chew. But in both cases, finding Rudo's letter in this rule set is generally not that momentous. It usually helps you with logic. If you find Rudo's letter, then you can start thinking, okay, well, technically I can be in Ice Cavern or Jabu.
So I would actually argue that, in this specific case, it's actually kind of useful to have Rudo's letter, because if unthawing King Zora gives you the hammer, then it's actually really useful, because when you glitch through it all and you unthaw him from behind, then you can't actually talk to him. You would first have to find a way to get behind him again, or like in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, it helps.
Yeah. So Happen Fours is starting Deku Tree right now. He'll get his light arrows and boomerang. Yes, I've heard. I do believe that unthawing King Zora, after he's moved, it makes it a little bit harder to get him to unthaw.
Thaw.
To thaw, yes.
Thaw.
To unthaw would be to freeze him back up, which is not what we want in this case.
To be honest, if we could, I would opt to do that after unfreezing him.
Yeah. What, you don't want to hear them weeps?
They removed them weeps? Sorry?
Actually, you can still get them if you get them as a low HP sound.
Well, Arthur Houdini also does not have the multicolored rainbow.
Well, he's gonna lose.
ISG, so it's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. I'm trying to figure out what Tidu's doing over here.
I am honestly not sure. He's clearly doing some kind of ledge clip. What he's aiming to achieve with this, I am not sure.
I'm guessing he's trying to
get into the main.
Yeah, that's what I was...
CL.
Yeah, that's a good point. I never knew this existed. See, this is why we invite bingo runners into this rule set, because we learned so many new things.
I actually kind of find it ironic that we are the kind of the trained and trusted DDR players, and now we're looking at someone who historically has been playing standard, and we're like, what is this guy doing? Is that a glitch? What?
Dotso brings up a good point. He likely is trying to get to Azor's domain in order to get access to the hammer, since that will allow him to very easily go through all of the grottos.
Yeah, because that'll be a good replacement for Bomb Bag. I mean, this is, typical of a bingo runner. You fail a glitch, you gotta. It's like sunk cost fallacy. You gotta just keep doing it until you get it right.
That's actually also where we can point out that the amount of glitches that are allowed and that you can do, some of them might look really difficult, especially if like the players here are following them more often than not. But most of the things that you can do are actually fairly easy. And I'm saying that as someone who's playing on emulator myself, so I can't really pause buffer. Like if someone's playing emulator, pause buffering often isn't really an option. But there is a way you can do most of these tricks anyway.
Yeah. Remember, the settings for that are used to generate these seeds is essentially the same as the standard weeklies, but we enable useful cutscenes, so that way there's a poke cutscene skip in Forest that you can do in order to keep the elevator up, which we may or may not get to see today because Forest I don't think is required for this seed.
Who actually wrote the seed? Because good work. We don't have Jabu, we don't have Forest Temple.
I blame you.
Oh, of course. Oh, actually, you're right, because I told you earlier that I am the fall guy.
Yes.
Or the fall girl.
Well, how would you do it, Dav Pat? I'm assuming there's some sort of clip you can do to get under that web.
It's OOT. I assume there's 600 different clips.
Yeah.
And I assume Tom has a video for all of them.
Yeah.
Actually, Dotso. I feel like
Dotso.
The amount of things that I've learned and like clips that I've seen just from Dotso alone is like the amount of things where you thought to yourself, why would I ever do it this way? But you can, thanks to Dotso.
Yeah. All right, we got T2 still making his third attempt at this.
We'd see for the most part, T2 is the only one who's opting for this route. Everyone else seems to be going fairly standard in terms of their routing. Deku Tree and early songs,
Yes.
which is fairly common in DDR seeding. Especially this early on. Once we start getting items, then it tends to diverge a little more as people decide whether or not they want to do skips or go out of logic. Since this is technically standard seed, it's always going to be possible to stay within logic. It's just up to you how far out of it you want to go or not.
Yeah. We've learned that if when we first created this rule set and started doing these races, everyone was like, oh, I'm going to do this right now, I'm going to do this right now, and do all these glitches to move around the world a bit more. And then we realized that if you don't keep track of the logic, what's going on with the logic, then it ends up burning you in the end. Because now you might be going to places that are completely way out of logic and you wouldn't have known otherwise.
Correction, pretty much always.
Yeah. So there's still importance in keeping track of the logic. But for example, we had a seed last week. Someone opened a race and we did the DDR rule set alongside the standard weekly last week, and there was a strength upgrade on 50 skulls, and that strength upgrade was needed to get into the double defense fairy in order to get hammer. Well, with a set of hover boots, or even just with bombs, you can clip past that into the double defense fairy and go get the hammer that way. There's no requirement to go get all 3 strength upgrades.
think we see here that T2 has actually managed to get the trick that he's intending to. It appears that he's in the upper area of Zora's river with it unloaded, with the exception of the platforms. So it looks like he's trying to get through the water that's unloaded into the loading zone to get to Zora's domain.
You know, that isn't the strangest thing I've ever seen, but it's close.
Yeah. Well, now I know where the Sky Temple looks like. Sky Temple with the clouded background.
It's actually like a really, really good case in point for what we've been saying earlier. Is that, you know, oh, he actually made it
Here we
through.
go. And
Is
here
that,
we'll
like
see
all
the-
of these like tricks and glitches, they can be really, really good and really, really strong, or they can just like burn you down.
Yeah.
And here we'll see the glitch we were mentioning in order to unload King Zora. If you load the room a certain way without looking at him, and then talk to the sign right here, it unloads the ice around King Zora. So the next time we see him, we unload him, reload him, and the ice will be gone.
What?
There you go.
Seriously?
Yes.
No way.
You can also do, there's also an easy version of that you can do using cutscene items, most notably the adult trade sequence items, where you just you backwalk into range and then use that, and it works.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm
course.
learning so much today.
Yeah. The thing is that you either get it your first try or get it your 40th try. There's no in between.
I expect Dotso's going to say, technically, at least 100 times today. Is my estimate.
I gotta say, like this rule set is just like the cow that keeps on giving, because I keep learning new things every time, and it's so awesome.
We did see Bolero at Sorry Song. I think Happen Force just picked that up, and Runner Guy's about to get his. One thing we want to be watching out for is that Happen Force and Runner Guy tend to finish these races within pretty close to each other. Of course, Happen Force plays on VC and Runner Guy plays on N64, so there is a lag difference. So whenever they finish within 5 seconds of each other, Runner Guy will always be like, I lost the lag. So.
We also, one thing to point out is that Arthur Houdini and T2 are both French players, and we have discovered that the #1 best way to get good at DDR is to be French, as they continuously trounce everyone else routinely.
Yeah. Happen Force is also French. Too.
He's French Canadian though, so like, you know, that's why it's one levels up.
Iron Boots.
Some iron boots.
Where were those hiding? Oh, in Lost Woods. Okay. Well, that'll make water a lot easier.
Iron Boots is one of the ones that it's only actually necessary for one check in Water Temple, the one that's way down in the pillar. The rest you can clip and use various glitches to get to, but it does make it significantly easier to enter the temple as well as to navigate.
No skull mask.
I'm waiting for Dots to say technically you can get that other one in the bottom using 16 different glitches.
I actually think I saw someone do that a while ago. Doing one of the bingos. Oh yeah, it was Runner Guy. Runner Guy actually like did a clip.
So we know that Bottom of the Well is on Way of the Hero. I see some of the runners already have Song of Storms. One of the things that this rule set is that there's that dungeon entrance requirement where you have to kind of enter the dungeons in sort of their
Intended way.
intended way, yeah. And that does not include Bottom of the Well, GTG, or Ice Cavern. Although Ice Cavern there's really nothing you can do to. So if they hadn't found Song of Storms, the Song of Storms was like on Song of Time. and bottom of the well was way the hero, then there are cutscene dives you can do to get into bottom of the well. Or there's also a clip you can get into GTG as well.
Yes, trials as well is not allowed. Effectively, there are requirements to enter dungeons, which are defined as things that have a blue warp, as well as for trials, or that's entirely the purpose of the randomizer race. If you could just hover into there or hover slide there, it would effectively be first. And we just found bombs on Tito's side.
Bomb bag behind bomb bag. So
Yeah.
interesting.
That's
Probably like a second one. But that's amazing because that means that like Tito's game is gonna be really open now. As soon as he gets to like Hylian Field the next time, you're gonna see some crazy stuff happening.
one thing, before it even happens, one thing to mention that's a common myth about DDR is hessing, which is the glitch that allows you to move extremely quickly using bombs and a shield. It is extremely quick, however, it does not save 30 minutes. Over the course of a run, if you don't use it to skip logic, you'd be lucky to save 5 minutes for hessing versus not hessing.
Yeah, but like
look
something that has to be mentioned is when you do it, no matter how long you do it and how often you do it, when you do it, you will feel extremely good about yourself. There's going to be like waves of pure energy going through your body. It's extremely important.
It does look exceptionally cool, which is, I think, the most important part. Let's be real.
Yes. For those who want to learn, Arthur Houdini actually has a really great video teaching you teaching hessing. I used that when I was learning how to hess.
All I needed to learn Hess was like hearing Dotso say that the timing for the roll is the same one as for a mega flip. That's it basically. It's just dawning on me now. That's basically like Dotso is basically everything in this game.
Bomb Bag was in the grotto in Sacred Forest Meadow. T2 could access that since he used the hammer that he glitched to get to early. Which now it's very good to have them. It can save a lot of time, but that does now complicate the process of trying to figure out logic, since now he has to discount the fact that he doesn't have access to bombs yet or hammer.
Ooh, FW. That's I always like finding FW in seeds because it makes especially for Fire Temple movement becomes a lot easier. With when you have FW. Of course now you still need magic, but
Another interesting thing is they don't have ZL yet. I'm still hoping it's like behind Ocarina of Time.
I thought someone had. Maybe not. Oh, there's magic.
Perfect.
So that hammer's
crushing it.
Yeah, Tito getting that getting that hammer is really paying off for him.
He also got access to the most useful thing that outside of Ganon's castle is foolish. Thank you for that one check that you've saved us.
My favorite is when it says Ganon's castle is barren.
Actually, like non-ironically, the best one, like the absolute purest best one that I can get is that Gerudo Fortress is barren. Because it means I don't have to do horseback archery.
Horseback archery. Gold scale is interesting. I did notice that. But there's ZL.
Over there, where's ZL?
Yeah. ZL at Song of Storms.
That means that at this point, I believe then that from all the information we have, that hammer is now in logic, since we found Ruda's letter as well as Zelda's lullaby.
Yes.
Oh,
So
and
hammer...
scale in order to access.
Haunted Wasteland.
Ooh, Haunted Wasteland. And that's not...
Check.
It's just that one check, you're right. So, probably some sort of Well, we might see. Someone might try to do Wasteland as Child, or they'll do just so they can do the quick put away to light the torches. It depends if Tidu finds a fire source.
Which have we seen? I believe one of our runners checked the. Do we need to do Shadow Temple? We
Or
do.
you might just make it over there as a child. Like they have access to Requiem.
Yeah, so they do, throughout the seeds, they will need to find a fire source in order to access Fire Temple. That is, as part of the DDR rule set, is required to light the torches in order to enter. So they, at some point, they do know they will need that.
Yeah.
Entertainingly,
We all
though,
have all 5 Way of the Hero Hands.
Entertainingly, though, it is entirely possible, since this is based on a standard standard logic, that you might need fire arrows in order to light the torches in the wasteland in order to get the Inspire for Shadow Temple. Is entirely possible and would be amazing.
Yes.
Dwarf is doing the Damper race. Let's hope he gets a sick time.
It looks like we have another bomb bag. Wow.
Wow.
That might actually be the in logic one.
That'll probably be, yeah, that's probably first one in logic. You're gonna have it first.
The only one who would want to do Shadow as Child would be Dathpat, let's be real.
Oh, Shaggy likes doing
Yeah.
Shaggy likes doing Shadow's Child. He's in the race. He's not on the restream, but he's racing right now.
Also every time. Doesn't even matter if like there's something good in Shadow. Just every time.
Yeah. At least with doing their quick put away strats, you can get at least like the first 2 checks in Shadow Temple. You can go further if you'd like, but
We do know on Tito's end, he's currently going through DC. We did get a hint saying that's a Way of the Hero. So we do know that there's going to be something good in here. Or logically good.
I'm so annoyed that he doesn't have a shield. Why?
I think the only one who does is RG.
Oh my god. So yeah, quick reminder for the people in chat, we have all 5 Way of the Hero hints now. They have to go to bottom of the well, to DC Caverns, where Tito is right now, to Haunted Wasteland, which is only 1 check, to Death Mountain Crater, and Mark. See, that's funny though. So like I'm like the complete opposite. I prefer doing checks as Child Link.
in Zora's River.
In general.
Oh, in general? Okay. I try to go as Zelda as fast as I can, but it usually ends up that I'm an hour into the seed and I'm still a child.
Maybe I'm just a child within myself. Preserve my childhood.
Ooh. Arthur about to get a 48-second Dompe.
That's crazy.
That's quite good. So Dapat and Dato are currently arguing which of child and adult is their favorite. So if you agree with Dato and like adult, make sure to press 1 in chat. And if you agree with Dapat and prefer child, don't write anything because you're wrong. But you know.
Yes, we got the most important item in the game.
Now, what is that, Snarky?
Love. There is
Now-
love.
Now, Snarky, some of the viewers may not know what that is. Could you please explain it?
So, I don't know about standard, but as it turns out, in DDR, so when you glitch, Neru's love becomes like the
Ooh,
ultimate stool. And when I say stool, I mean like the one thing that helps you reach equity with all the more experienced people. Which means that doing a Hess and doing a Mega Flip is really easy with Neru's love.
Part of the reason that Hesses and Mega Flips and such work is based on the invulnerability frames you get when you roll. And so Neru's Love just gives you permanent invulnerability frames. So makes it a lot easier for tricks.
Yeah, like a mega flip, for instance, which normally has quite a bit of a timing you have to do. When you have ZL, you basically just have to drop a bomb, stand next to it with your shield raised, and the moment the bomb explodes, you just press backflip. You could like try that right now. You just mega flip immediately. Beautiful.
You can try it right now, though. Make sure you're playing on emulator so you can also watch the stream at the same time.
And make sure nobody sees you because they will meme about you for the rest of your life. No.
Also of important notice, T2 got a strength upgrade in DC, so that was probably the thing that was being referred to. Although it also could be Neighbor's Love.
That's the real way of the hero.
Yeah.
That's a nice positioning for the hammer entrance.
Yeah, really nice. You also
Tito
saw
is showing off.
Tito also did a trick in order to avoid pushing the block. That if you do a trick called ocarina items, where you have a bottle in your hand and then while in the air you press the bottle button, and then most other items, typically your sword, then there's no cutscene registered for that item, and so it defaults to playing the ocarina with your sword. That's useful in order to play songs when you don't have access to an ocarina, but in this case it's used to extend the amount of time that before the switch activates or deactivates, and so the door stays unlocked. You can be used there as it can also be used in Jack.
Thanks for the raid, Pikastrof.
Yeah, welcome to the stream. Okay, so T2 has finished DC, which I think is the first. He's the first one to actually complete a dungeon, except for Deku Tree. Actually complete a medallion dungeon.
That's extreme shade against Deku Tree.
Yeah.
I'm a real dungeon.
Yeah. Arthur looks like he's about to get his bomb bag. Using bomb shoes to get into this grotto, not necessarily hammer.
The bomb bag, the other bomb bag as well, but we know that there's one sitting on top of DC.
Yes.
So that one is accessible basically all the time.
Have we found out what song's on Song of Time yet? I haven't seen a hint saying that. Okay. Yeah, so one of the cool things about this rule set is that there are a lot of songs that can end up on Song of Time that still won't make it in all dungeon seed. So like getting Nocturne on Song of Time, for example, would be there's a hookshot jump you can do. You can do the hookshot jump up to and walk the seam walk, but the only thing you can't do is just side hop and skip the loading zone. That's not allowed. But that allows you to bypass Nocturne at least. Another example is that in Spirit Temple, if there's something on Child Side Spirit, there's a hover slide you can do, which we may see in this today because usually it's just faster to just go do the hover slide in Spirit Temple and go to the Child Side as Adult than to go Child, play Requiem, go do the Child Side, then play Prelude, etc., etc.
That is assuming we hopefully find hover boots, since
Yes.
you have yet to find those.
Just got a 48. Pretty good too.
And he'll get his bomb shoes. That's a good thought, Dotso. Someone may, since we have Requiem, or some people have Requiem, they may go there as child and then do reverse Wasteland to the Wasteland chest, since that's Way of the Hero.
It does mean also that Ruto's letter that we picked up earlier that was completely useless now might also have a use, since that can be used for quick put away.
Exactly. Although I think at this point most people have Zelda's letter, so...
Yeah, Zelda's letter will work. Also, if they picked up a bean, that also works as well.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have Tito. Bring the dumper race. Let's see what he gets.
And for those struggling with the Domper race and their standard races, one thing to keep in mind is just roll as much as you can and cut corners. And pray that you don't get hit by a fireball.
Or bonk.
Yeah, don't
Or
bonk
bonk.
either.
Also, like, don't feel bad to stop rolling for a moment when you have to run around the flame, because being hit by a flame is just horrible.
Yeah.
You also see in the top right, Happy Fours push the block in order to access King Dodongo, as opposed to T2 who did a glitch in order to do it. You can tell based on this, especially in the randomizer, since there's a faster block pushing, that the time difference between those two is minimal at best. You're looking at 2 seconds, maybe. Which tends to be the case with a lot of glitches as well, that you can do them and save a couple seconds, but it's not the end of the world if you do happen to fail them, or not fail them.
Now, another interesting thing, it's not required in this seed because ZL was found pretty easily, but what you could theoretically do is if you have Nocturne, you can unload the Composer's Grave and get the song out of there. I was reminded of that because Arthur just warped to Nocturne.
Oh, we have a Hess over here.
We have a Hess.
Top left.
Perfect. Having a little trouble controlling it, but you can see here the faster movement speed.
Again, remember, it doesn't matter if it's faster or not. It just makes you feel amazing.
It does. To note,
It's
that is
great.
one location that you probably save 15 seconds, maybe, if you do get the Hess perfectly. Since there was some spaghetti there, it might have been closer to 5 seconds that he saved, at best. So if you can't do a Hess, don't feel like you have to do it in order to win and be competitive. But it is one of the coolest looking tricks.
Feels amazing, constantly.
We also saw Arthur Houdini right afterwards do a trick, reverse camera, that did not do anything at all in that spot. It was just for swag.
Which we appreciate.
At best, it might help you dodge boulders better, I guess. But mostly it's for swag. We might... RJ brings up a good point as well. There is an easier trick than a Hess called the Super Slide. That is a lot more lenient to do, and for places like Hyrule Field, it's virtually the same speed as a Hess.
You can also gain control. Sorry, you can also gain control of a Super Slide by holding ESS position. It's a little bit slower than a Hess, but it will. You can do that. You can do Super Slide first, and then go into extended Super Slide.
Number play, I don't think that's going to happen, since that would require item manipulation. So for that, you'd have to go to Bingo, and Golden would have to let me add item manipulation to Rando. Or Random Bingo, I should say. It's still there.
Yeah.
So a few things I can actually point out here, since I'm like more or less like the quote-unquote like least experience with speedruns, and I think between Dobby, Golden, and me, I might just be the newest player all around. If I had to talk about like glitches that I think are really useful to learn, like if you're like seeing this and you're like, this is awesome. I have to do this. Like this is what my life has to be now. And I would and you would ask me which are like the most important glitches to learn really like early on. Then I would say, in order of importance, it's probably Mega Flip and Super Slide first. Both of these tricks can be pause buffered, and I think Super Slide is like in general relatively easy, even if you're not pause buffering. In fact, you don't really need to pause buffer for it.
And those tricks are generally good for speeding up in any particular seed. There are some quite easy tricks that are good in specific instances, in particular the adult clip past King Zora that we were mentioning. That is extremely easy. There is literally a wall right next to King Zora that gives you the angle you need. So that is a very easy one to do. Hookshot Jump is also useful in select seeds. So it depends what you need. If you're thinking that there's a trick you want to do because you don't want to find this last item, you ask Google, there probably will be something.
Arthur's going to get his strength here.
Yes, the silver block skip in Spirit is also a good one for if you need to do silver.
And also the one in GTG as well.
That one's nice. So it's less needed logically since you don't always need to do that specific area, whereas logically you need silvers in order to access the entire adult side.
Yeah, but it's like going into GTG and not clearing it out, it makes me feel uncomfortable.
Was that another bomb bag on top of the creator?
So, on the bottom right runner guy, we actually saw him Hess through one of the boulders that usually requires you to use the hammer on them. When you have the speed of both a super slide, a Hess, and depending on your angle, also a mega flip, and you can just squeeze through them, which is what he did here.
There are a couple instances in the game where you can use a Hess such as that in order to clip past certain objects. For a lot of them, there are also other ways. Happen Force is actually passing another one where you can use a Hess to get access to the Magic Fairy early, double Magic Fairy early. But there are also many other tricks you can do, including a Mega Flip from up top.
Yeah, I actually wonder, I don't think anyone has done Bottom of the Well yet, even though like they're nicely positioned for it now that I have both bombs and CL. I actually wonder if at least one of them, I think actually most of them are gonna use various glitches to get down there, because using Song of Storms to get into Bottom of the Well is slow. And there's so many ways to get in there.
In DDR, going to bottom well early is something you can do very early on. All you need access to is Deku Sticks and a shield, and you're able to get there. So it can be done extremely early, and there are also glitches you can do to explore more. However, they tend to be slower than if you just came back later with bombs and Zelda's Lullaby.
Technically, you can do it without a shield if you use Navi Dive.
That is true. You also don't necessarily need a shield. You can Navi Dive as well as do a Cuckoo Dive.
I prefer the Cuckoo Dive because it involves severely hurting the chickens. Basically like a revenge. Oh, T2 in the bottom left just did a mega side hop to get down there.
Yeah, that's a way to get down to the Bolero spot. And one thing I just realized is that DMC is Way the hero, and we're getting Requiem there, so might point to something in Child Spirit.
We're just begging, aren't we? It's just,
yeah.
Please.
And it looks like T2 is going to go into Fire Temple, which no one has been to yet.
No one likes Fire Temple. I'm pretty sure in DDR, there are some skips you can do. There's one particular that you can do that saves time. Other than that, it's incredibly linear, so it tends to not be a favorite dungeon of basically anyone.
Yeah. You'll
As
notice
you
that.
can see. Oh, apologies. Go on.
Sorry, you saw that the Darunia cutscene was going on there. That's an effect of enabling useful cutscenes. Again, we have useful cutscenes enabled for the post cutscene in Forest Temple that you can skip that cutscene and keep the elevator up while you're going through Forest. Which
And the reason that Darunia is included is that there are some boss key skips that use Darunia. However, they aren't useful in this particular rule set since you aren't allowed to do boss key skips.
Right. And according to the medallion layout, if whenever T2 beats fire, that'll open up a Light Arrows cutscene. That check.
You do also you use the hammer to move those blocks. There's also a very easy clip you can do to get past those in DDR.
Yeah, I do that clip every time just because it looks cool.
It does look pretty cool. I think it might also be very slightly faster, but as with a lot of glitches, the most important thing is that it looks cool, so we go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, like there's so many things in this game that you don't need to do, but they look cool, and we all know that's kind of important. Like the aesthetics of
Yeah. Yeah. So technically, you can clear out the bottom half of Fire Temple without hammer because you can also weird shot to the boss key chest, which nobody has hook shot yet. I've just noticed. So you can clear out the bottom half of Fire Temple without a hammer, but the thing is that you still need hammer for Volbaju. That's why hammer, Mirror Shield, and Boomerang are also required because you need those items in order to defeat the bosses in those dungeons. Bottle tubing is not allowed in this rule set. We specifically
item manipulation.
Yeah, we classify that under, even though it's not traditionally considered item manipulation, we classify it under that for this rule set.
And part of the reason bottle duping isn't allowed, it's in a general category that includes equip swap. Equip swap was one that was definitely heavily debated whether or not it should be included. But it does allow you to use the hammer as child and boomerang as adult, so it can be quite potent depending on situations. That was deemed that it went too far from logic.
Yeah. It basically gives you access to items you wouldn't normally have access to, which is kind of the thing we were trying to avoid when crafting this rule set.
I think some of the big ones is that it would allow you to shoot arrows if you do certain equip swaps. Without a bow.
I'm kind of wondering if Tito's going to use the bomb clip in Fire Temple.
Oh, if he's going through fire, he certainly will. The bomb clip is...
The bomb clip is probably the biggest way to make it go faster. Fire Temple
slightly less slowly.
Yeah, slightly less slowly.
It's also that like sometimes like either you're just doing it on like chance or you get a hint that Fire Temple is way of the hero, and let's say you get the boss key relatively early on, but like you basically locked out of using keys, and you know that the boss is going to have a key. There's a clip that we will likely see being done by Tito that allows you to pretty much skip at least one key, if not even two.
And on Happen For's side, we just saw the clip we were mentioning to get past King Zora. It is exactly as free as it looks. All you have to do is target the wall he did there, and jump slash, and then go through the wall.
I would argue the child one also isn't too difficult. It's not as easy as the adult one, but basically just like backflip, press bomb, chew, hold R, and like that's it.
There are several different versions for the child one, as there are a couple different methods using bomb chews, using bombs, using a mega flip, using not action stop. forget the
Okay, so in
name
the
of
bottom left, we're getting to the room where the clip is happening, if it's
Yes.
happening.
Yeah, I imagine Tidu will probably do this clip. It's
Oh, absolutely. He's doing the setup now.
Yeah.
Yep, here we go. This makes things so much easier for Fire Temple. And here we go. And there you go.
Yep.
It allows you to access this room here early, and access the upper side of the boulder maze sooner than you would otherwise have access to. It's especially nice when you have not Zelda's Lullaby, FW, since that allow you to really easily get back up.
Yeah.
And you can easily skip the key that would be required to get up there.
Yeah. Now the unfortunate thing is I don't think Tidu has activated Scarecrow's song, so I'm not sure. Well, I guess he wouldn't be able to get up there anyway because he's on hook shot.
It doesn't have to. We got the hint that up there is a small key.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot about that. So
I always thought that Pierre was a scarecrow, not a key, but I mean, totally different guys.
Does that mean he's about to be eaten?
So here, actually, we see Renegai is doing the Hess in order to clip into the double magic fairy, since he has yet to go grab his bomb. You can also do
hammer.
that as child. His hammer, thank you. You can also do that as child just by side hopping perfectly.
yeah. Now I learned the hover boots method with the recoil, the crouch stab recoil method.
That's actually one where I early on used Nero's Love to do a has to get in there. Because, like, to speak about Nero's Love again, because I love Nero's Love. The way you do it there is you roll, hold ESS position, and during the roll you hold Z and L, which gives you like this little shuffling thing. And then you just wait till the bomb explodes. Like there's, again, with Nero's Love, there is no timing required. A really, really cool thing.
For those who might be less experienced with glitches, when we refer to ESS position, that is just a position on the control stick just off from neutral. That's the minimum input that the game registers. That's not enough for you to start walking, but doesn't qualify as standing still, and allows you to preserve your speed.
Oh yeah, my apologies. It's like this thing where you like kind of like play with your stick, and your character turns around but it doesn't move. Lovely.
Arthur's oh, he's gonna go do Child Spirit, it looks
Yeah.
like.
Either Child Spirit or he's going to go to Wasteland.
He may go to he just picked up some sticks, so he's probably gonna do quick put away at Wasteland too. So we'll finally get to see what's at that
Yeah,
item.
yes.
Okay. Quick put away, for those who aren't aware, is a glitch where using a cutscene item you can give yourself a strange. It's a very weird damage value on your crouch stab, and it's like a combination of different damage values, and one of them's like Din's Fire, and that gives you you can use crouch stab to light torches. It's actually pretty easy glitch to learn. I was surprised at how easy it was and how powerful it is. But it's a relatively new glitch that was found, and it's making it's a big thing in bingo right now too. So we'll get to see that here.
Your name is DeathPad?
Yeah. We have T2 going to finish Fire Temple. I don't know if he has plans to go into deeper into fire at all, or if he's just going to leave the dungeon at this point.
Okay, top left, pay attention.
Pay attention to the QPA. What he's looking for is he'll sort of put away the stick, and there'll be a slight delay in the cutscene. There we go. You got it. And now he'll break the stick, and then he should have fire on his crouch stab. Wait. Oh! Ooh, maybe not.
If he
didn't
does
do the jump,
ISG
did he?
here, that's going to be his best bet. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Another way to think about it, if you do it with ISG, it's just because of the friction, the amount of. Oh, it's mirror shields.
Oh,
Nice.
So
we do know that everyone is going to be required to get that item. That is not Mirror Shield is one of the items we cannot skip in DDR. It is 100% required to beat Twin Rova.
well, I don't think you can beat it in any. I don't think you can get in any glitch set, right?
No,
there's
if you need
there's
to
no way to
beat Twin
BA it
Rova-
or.
Yeah, if you need to beat Twin Rova, you have to get the Mirror Shield.
Yeah, it's one of those items we can't skip.
One day.
One day.
To be fair, that day is today if you just use SRM and Air Periodic Code Execution.
But then you're still getting mirror shield, right?
Well, depending. I don't know. You can use it to give yourself Mirror Shield, or you potentially could do it to do anything else you want, including have Twin Rova explode.
Let's hope this never happens to Randomizer.
Mm-hmm.
No logic. Randomizer with SRM.
We also currently we still need hookshot. We haven't found those yet. We also still don't have a bow on for anyone.
So
I hate
basically, big sadness. We're actually seeing Child Spirit being done by Child.
Yeah.
At this point, though, we don't really have any option other than to go through the child side of Spirit, since we don't have the hover boots yet, and that is the major item that allows us to skip in DDR doing the child side as child.
So T2 is doing the Bombchu bowling minigame. Okay, well, child side only had a small key. That may or may not be useful, depends on what's on adult side.
Logically, that does mean, though, that you needed Requiem.
Right.
Runner guy being rude and blowing up the Bombchu lady.
How rude.
She's just doing her job.
It kind of looks sad. Probably because he doesn't have the hammer.
Runner guy checking the Din's Fire Fairy. There's also there exists a clip to get behind the Din's Fire Fairy. It's not particularly palatable. I've tried doing it and I couldn't get it.
That's not saying much, but I mean, I doubt that anyone else would also go for it.
Yeah, it's not exactly the most not exactly the easiest glitch to perform.
Now that we're an hour in, it's probably a good time to remind everyone that this is the DDR showcase race. We have 4 people here doing a DDR rule set on a standard seed. You can do !DDR for a full description of the rule set, but in general, it means that you have to open the boss doors and dungeons, any temple, using the intended method, as well as some globally banned tricks such as hovers, item manipulation, long warp, as well as some others.
So it seems Udini at the top left is doing quick put away for the torches, if he can get ISG of the bomb.
And it looks like T2 is finally going to bottom of the well.
With Song of Storms. Oh no.
Yeah, how dare he not do the cutscene dive after doing that ridiculous glitch earlier in Zora's River. Which I just realized that if he had just gone to CAC first and gotten ZL from there, then he wouldn't have to do all that, but... So everyone except Happen Force is back as child.
Oh, top left. Oh no, wait. He's just doing cookout.
Yeah.
I'm getting too excited too early.
imagine doing Kuko's an hour into a run. Oof.
I always will. Always. We might actually see Afrodini do it because it's daytime for him.
I hope that we see at least one of our runners go for it, since it's really flashy, it looks cool, and it saves a cutscene, so it does technically save time. But most importantly, as you mentioned, it looks cool.
Aesthetics, as always.
All right, and Happy 4 has just finished Fire Temple with that final blow to Lavagia. I don't think anyone has actually full cleared fire. It seems like most everyone's just getting the boss key and bouncing, so...
One of the guys doing some of those too.
Disappointing
Sad.
in the RP.
Yes.
One thing, as we mentioned, is that Fire Temple, even in DDR, is a long temple, so it tends to be one that people will avoid if they can help it.
We got T2 in bottom of the well already. See what... Got runner guy joining him. So the question is, what's going to be in here? Probably hook shot.
Alpha, no. No, don't do it. No.
Oh, Arthur too. I'm disappointed in all of you. Happen for us, you better do the clip.
I'm ashamed. I'm so ashamed. So...
Shame of all of you guys.
Double defense. That was it. That was the
That was the
thing.
way of the hero. Yeah.
That was the way of the hero.
Yeah, definitely. So Happen Force? Oh, Happen Force might be going for...
Oh, it's Din's Fire. Din's Fire is probably the way of the hero.
We do know that is logically required for Shadow Temple. As you mentioned, it's not strictly
Happen
needed.
Force is going
but-
third?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I thought I got that already.
Apparently not.
It's just my hopes at this point.
One interesting thing, if you saw the quick put away that we did as child on T2's side, I believe, that can be used in order to access Shadow Temple early if you have Nocturne to get there. However, for some reason, if you light the torches as child, they don't stay lit as an adult. It is one of a weird case of that happening, and so it doesn't give you access to that as child. You do have to light the torches still as adult if you want to access it.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if, I mean, Shaggy's in this race. I wouldn't be surprised if he does Child Shadow. He likes doing Child Shadow.
It is technically possible to beat Shadow Temple as child, depending on the placement of the items and the boss key. It is exceptionally difficult and can be slow, but it also can be done if you are crazy.
I was actually, I have to admit, kind of hoping that Afrodini was going to die as like a punishment for not doing like Coco dive or something. I'm feeling like extreme sadness right now.
We'll see. Happen Force is playing Nocturne, so he might be going to bottom well now. We will see whether he does the clips, either of the clip to get in there.
I just realized that T2 has not been into Deku Tree yet because he does not have his light arrows or boomerang. That's gonna hurt him a lot in the end.
And this is one of those cases where doing all those glitches at the start might come back to bite him, as he might not remember that he hasn't done Deku Tree yet.
Did Deku give a medallion?
No, Deku's a stone, but it has light arrows in there.
Yeah, I was just thinking if there's like, if he's going to remember doing it.
I think someone in chat earlier said that Saria's was Song of Time,
Oh.
which is for DDR. That's kind of a terrible one to have on Song of Time, just because it kind of leaves you that question of like, is there something on Dancing Darunia or the Skull Kid?
So, happy 4th is attack and it's nighttime. I'm kind of like praying that he uses Song of Suns. Sun Song? Whatever.
One thing to note also for Saria song, as again this is based on a randomizer on a standard logic, it can be logically required for Forest Temple. Oh, and there are the hover boots.
There are the hover boots.
That's a very nice item to find.
So basically, Bottom of the Well is just like in the vanilla game. Bottom of the Well is leading to Shadow Temple. So.
And it is, we do tactically need those hover bits for Shadow Temple by logic.
I think it's trying to get ISG from the Screech. Ah, I see. I think it's like an awesome method.
You know, I don't think anyone has done Goron City's Child yet. That one, that's Way of the Hero hint that hasn't been resolved yet.
Like Goron City?
Wasn't Goron City one of the Way of the Hero hints?
Oh, it's Goron City. I thought it was Mako. Oh, screw me. Let me see.
So here might come the moment of truth, whether Happy Fours clips into the...
You're actually right, it's Goron City.
He might clip into the bottom of the well, or if he just points us all and just plays the song.
Happen, you're the man. Come on, you can do it.
Oh, he's changing time of day.
Yes!
There's a chance. There's a chance.
Looking good.
He might be doing chickens, though.
You can do chickens and then do the clip, though. It's possible.
Oh, he's doing chickens.
Yeah, he's grabbing the chicken.
Troska is saying in these settings that hand is in logic even without sword. Actually not, no. It's the same base rules as for standard, at least as far as the actual randomizer is concerned. So
If I
you're
remember
still kind of
correctly,
required to have the butter sword for it.
I do believe that one might be one of the tricks that is included, though. It's the same as the weekly races, which if I remember correctly, the weekly races do have that setting enabled, so you are expected to be able to do that without.
That's good.
Avon is kind of struggling with that chicken there.
So Runner Guy is about ready to go back to adult. He may... Oh. So he's going to check this product. He may go do Spirit Temple, or go do the Haunted Wasteland check as adult, and then do Spirit Temple now that he has hover boots. Yeah, unfortunately in this rule set you can't do Deku's adult, be Luigi.
Unfortunately, you can't access that. It looks like...
I keep thinking stuff is happening, but it isn't.
And now T2 will get his Mirror Shield at this point. And...
Oh no.
No,
Oh, no.
come on, Happy Force. You've got Navi. Do the Navi.
It's
guy.
Navi up.
Yes!
Yes!
Yes! So yes, that was a weird setup, but yes, this is in order to get to the bottom of the well. You When you hang off, no, don't do it.
Oh,
Don't do it. No.
He lost the Navi
You
call.
lost it.
No!
If you hang off the edge, and then you just barely off the edge, you do a jump slash, and call Navi as you're doing the jump slash. During Link's animation, after a jump slash, he takes a step backwards. You interrupt that with a Navi call, and you fall straight through the water.
Why happened?
Why?
You were like the
chosen
great
one.
hope.
You're the chosen one. Yes, there is also another trick that is equally fantastic where you use ISG while holding onto a chicken and then backflip into the well while the cutscene for the Kuko is attacking you is playing, and that allows you to just go straight through the water.
I have another Hess in the top left. So many Hesses.
I will
Yes.
be right back.
Imagine that was you. That could be you. You should totally play the DR. Like, this can be you.
So T2 is a bow and light arrows away from Go mode, I believe. Which we know where light arrows is, but I don't think anyone's found a bow yet. Doesn't look like it.
Did I have a hookshot?
Oh yeah, they don't even have hookshot. Do you need hookshot? Water temple, you need it for water. How have we gotten this far into a seed and still haven't found hookshot? I bet you it's probably Goron City
GC.
Pot. Yeah, it's Goron City Pot. It has to be Goron City Pot because everything's in Goron City Pot.
Yeah, it's it's either a bow or hookshot and Goron City Pot.
There's always something in
It's
Goron City Pot, yeah. We have Exodus in the chat too, which, I mean, Exodus made the video for fire error entry for Shadow Temple, which I use all the time.
Thanks, mate. You ruined it. Why?
Exodus is also a bingo and as well as proficient in randomizer, so it is very good person to have for all the knowledge.
Yes.
RG is going Shadow without hookshot. Cool.
He does have hover boots, so he won't need to do too many things without. Though there are some spots that he'll get stuck, in particular for some of the silver rupee rooms.
Yeah. There is, you can do all Shadow Temple without hover boots. It's a little bit more complicated, but you can do it. There's just a couple of mega flips you have to do.
I think in total, to full clear, you only need to do 2 mega flips without hover boots.
Yeah, it's one to get across the first gap, and then one to get to the boss room.
So another thing that we can maybe talk about is that every so often on Saturday nights or like Saturday evenings, when the default standard seed for the NA Weekly is going, we tend to use the same seed more often than not, just to play it the same seed and then just to compare. So if you wanna, you can check out our streams there, or even try it yourself. Otherwise, our normal DDR weekly is on Saturday at 10:30 a.m. EDT.
9:30. 9:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Eastern. Which is 3:30 Central European.
Yeah.
And
It's amazing
unfortunately,
for me.
6:30 a.m. Pacific time. Sorry.
Yeah.
Correct.
T2 still not choosing not to go into Deku Tree. We'll see how much that hinders him as he progresses forward. Oh, we got Arthur clearing out Goron City.
Actually playing ZL to get in there. Oh my.
Oh, I didn't read this strat.
Apparently, neither does Arthur Houdini. Yes, this is likely a setup in order to get the boron pot using a tube, which is something that's very good to know if you don't have bombs.
Oh.
As when you have bombs, there are various visual cues you can use, but they are all not terribly easy. So having a good setup like this is very good.
Okay, so the pot is actually useless.
Oh, that probably means something's on.
Oh!
We also found the magic in the
This
back.
that means that makes this an all dungeon seed, doesn't it?
Well, I think they found magic there, but it
Yeah.
Oh, they found magic
could
there. Okay.
mean that something good is under Runio.
Yeah.
What could it realistically be? Like, it can't be hookshot. Considering that a water temple, like, it technically could be hookshot, considering a water temple is way of the hero. Not way of the hero, but a water temple is required. And something else interesting is, you don't need long shot for water temple on DDR.
Oh yeah.
Because you don't, like, normally the way you do it, of course in standard, is that you raise the water to the top, and then you use a long shot to get over to the boss. But on DDR, you can use a super slide with the hover boots to just like slide over there, or you can use the hammer and use the recoil, like the knockback to get over there.
Yes. The hammer boost method, I think, is. So runner guys, choosing to, I guess, full clear Shadow Temple. One of the options you can do for Shadow Temple is you can do gate clip to get past the block and do the back of Shadow Temple. However, it's risky to do that. You have to keep track of your keys because you could potentially key lock yourself out of the dungeon based on the key logic. Usually, if you find a key in the back of Shadow, back where the invisible hands is, or the invisible maze is, then you're fine.
At this point, you can tell we're getting to the point in the seed where we'll see a lot more divergence in terms of what the players are opting to do, since they have most areas accessible to them at this point. And so it's just up to each individual runner what they think is the best play for them.
I'm so amazed that a hookshot hasn't shown up yet.
Oh, we're fishing. Let's see it coming.
Ooh.
But yeah, toxic oxygen is probably right. It's most likely going to be magic. That's the way of the hero there.
Yeah.
I
don't think anyone's done-
choose to kill keys on a wall, and it's making me both happy and upset as shoes are precious.
All I'm thinking is like, but the bomb. Okay, he's getting one.
I got more shoes anyway, so.
There you go.
Have we found the 40 skulls hint yet? I got 30 and 50, but I don't have 40. 40's dead. Okay.
Ripperino.
I'm okay with that.
We're also coming up to a very, very fun room for DDR. Since you are able to clip through these falling spike platforms, which you are not allowed to do in standard. It doesn't save too much time. I don't believe so, but I know that one was a contentious one, so it might be allowed now. Oh, you're allowed to do this as well in standard. Okay, cool.
Okay, it's not as cool then, but it's still pretty cool. Now it looks like T2's going to make his way into Shadow.
If you can do it.
We'll see what T2 does in Shadow Temple. He might...
Okay, child fishing.
It may not be worth going to the back of Shadow without the boss key first. Nope, just money at child fishing. And I guess Arthur never got the hint for the composer's grave. Yes.
Too slow, Golden. Yes, in general, for any new viewers who kind of pick up, DDR is a glitched rule set, somewhere between No I Am Wrong Work and the standard rule set. That allows you to use most of the movement glitches in the game. However, it has requirements that you have to use the open the boss doors using the boss keys, as well as you need to open dungeon using more or less their intended method. There are also some more specific rules requiring no item manipulation, no wrong warping. You aren't allowed to use hovers, and you aren't allowed to use any of the menu manipulation glitches as they're defined.
Ah, I see. Product guy's actually like moving out here.
I'll come back later.
This is a point at which you can do this without the hook shot. However, that requires the hover. That requires hovering, and so he's opting not to do that.
So to the person in chat, yes, if you're using, you can use fire arrows to get into Shadow Temple.
You can also use quick put away as child.
You can also just like wait for Din's fire and actually keep your sanity. Like extremely slow Hess over there on the bottom right.
Yes, and number play is probably correct in that when RG goes back as adult, he's likely just going to clip and do the second half after doing the gate skip. So you'll get to see that. That is a very cool glitch that there are so many setups to be able to do it.
Yeah, Tito is doing the mega flip even though he has hover boots. Probably just showing
So
off.
cool.
Oh, and he did the.
That was
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He actually did the clip through the gate too.
What a show off. Yeah,
Yes.
that almost makes me forget that he didn't use Cuckoo Dive.
Almost.
Okay. RG doing the diving here.
In the mega flip, how it works is that you drop a bomb and then you roll into it. And while you have invincibility frames, you are able to do a backflip, and it gives you significant boost backwards, and so you go a very long distance.
It's also extremely aesthetically pleasing.
It is much easier to do with a chew, as there's an excellent visual cue that you can follow.
I disagree, but okay.
Yeah, as long as you are able to pause buffer on your device of choice for playing.
I actually have a fairly easy time mega flipping with bombs, but if I try to do it with bomb shots, it's like every time I have to do jabs, it's a tragedy. It takes forever. It breaks my heart. Ooh, top left is also a mega flip.
Oh, that's sad. Just hold L to levitate.
And I believe the entire goal of this is mostly just skip the truth spinner. However, that doesn't save, as with a lot of tricks, as you mentioned, it doesn't save that much time.
Yeah, probably all I required. Like, even if you didn't have hover boots, you could just get ISG from the sign over there. And it allows you to just pull the thing, and if you get the wrong one, nothing happens because you can't fall with ISG.
I missed Tito doing the gate clip. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that was really good.
Oh.
Having a little trouble here.
So I just have to like give shout outs to this very room because it's so extremely fun to do without iron boots. It is. That room can die. Oh, bottom right we have a super slide.
As you can see, Super Slide has the exact same speed as a Hess. The only downside is that you aren't able to turn. And so if you need to, it's really useful for Hyrule Field where you can just go in a straight line backwards. But if you need to do any movement, a Hess is usually better off. So it is.
Which is what he's doing now. So yeah, come in and try out DDR. So you too can do these things.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is that if you want to try out the DDR rule set, you can do the entire seed without glitches. We intentionally designed this rule set such that you can do it without glitches. The whole idea was that way, you try a couple things and, maybe one time Requiem is Song of Time and everyone does the hover slide to child slide just to avoid that. And you go back and watch their VODs and you're like, oh, that seems like it's going to be really useful. Let me learn that trick. So you practice it for about 15, 20 minutes until you get it down, and then you know it for next time. And then you can use that next time. And then there's another glitch that in the next seed that people use that to bypass certain things. And you're like, oh, I should probably learn that because that would be useful. And just over time, you start building up your glitch knowledge until you can be effective at DDR. Now, of course, we've played alongside standard racers, and we've gotten beaten by standard racers just because they know the logic better than us. Learning glitches is not a replacement for knowing the logic for the seed, but they can certainly help you a lot of quality of life things once the logic becomes clear.
Oh, what's he doing? What? Is he hitting it with a chew?
They don't have a bow yet.
Oh, they don't have a bow. Oh, I didn't think about that. Okay, Havenforth just got his mirror shield.
They could just do a hover slide, though he only has 2 bombs, so that is a little bit risky if he does happen to miss it once.
Can you do a hover slide with shoes?
I believe you... I don't know if you can, actually, since I think you need something to actually try and grab. Assuming you can, you should be able to, since you are able to super slide with the chew. So if you can super slide, you should be able to hover slide. It's just easier with bombs.
That was so graceful.
Arthur's doing something that's causing chat to have heartaches. Wow, he has like no inventory. No bombs, no nuts, no chews.
I'm surprised he didn't find any of the bombs. Oh, yeah. He does have bombs, he just doesn't have bombs.
He doesn't have bombs in his bomb bag. We got RG getting ready to do the Goron pot.
And Havenforth trying to hit a switch with a bomb.
Oh, and there's a bow. We just found a bow in the back of Shadow.
That's probably not the first one, though.
Also means that setup that he did in order to drop the bridge is now a little bit slower than just shooting that.
It's fine. He did it for the memes.
Havenforth is trying to do a tough throw, which he might just opt to... Yeah, there you go. He's just going to instead.
So we know that hookshot cannot be at... Longshot could be at Darunia, but hookshot cannot. The first hookshot cannot be because Saria is a Song of Time, and Forest Temple is one of the requirements. You need a hookshot to get into Forest Temple. So
as we've mentioned, in this particular rule set, we rarely ever need Longshot for Water Temple or for anything else, as there are tricks to skip pretty much everything.
So, in the top right, Havenforth has 69 rupees.
perfect.
That's an important fact to point out.
Nice. And yes, as we mentioned, we already found magic in Goron City, so there's a chance that also Darunia has nothing.
Yes.
I'm actually adding value to the commentator team.
Oh, and Arthur Houdini is about to do the clip here to get past the blocks. It is quite easy to do, as you just need to get in the corner, do a roll, and then jump sides to dice.
Top right, we see a super slide with hover boots, actually, to get over there.
He's trying getting over to the compass chest. We got runner guy doing child side as child. I wonder if Cabin Force will do. He does have a key. He may do child side.
But he's
As
going
adult.
back, so there's a decent chance that yes.
Yeah, he'll be doing the child side really quickly.
I like where he's going. Oh, he's doing it.
He's gonna do the. So watch this. He's gonna do a hover slide to get to the child side of spirit.
He said he's going to do a hover slide to get to the child side of spirit.
There we go.
Yeah.
So he's gonna do a super slide, put on hover boots, hold a specific angle and flick his shield, and then he'll get into the child side of Spirit Temple. Ooh,
Next camera.
assuming he doesn't fail it.
It is definitely a quirky trick in that it can fail for quite a number of reasons, and including that void, which is tragic. You can also, if you don't flick your shield fast enough, fail to load the room. It's quite easy to have issues with that one.
Yeah, and he can. I've had issues where I've gone past through the crawl space and gotten stuck on the other side of the wall.
Although in this case he actually failed because he wanted to go too quickly. Like in the point where, like, when you flick it and you like hold your stick in the right position, you can just wait until you're done. Like
See
here.
there? Yes.
See,
this is where.
failed to load it.
Yeah, he failed to load it.
Which
So he
I think at
actually
this
like
point
fell
he should-
down because he tried to run without turning his camera around.
Oh wait, is there a way out of this?
I believe the way is just safe work.
Okay. Oh, he's just gonna Requiem out.
Since he's on VC, it might be faster to Requiem than to safe work.
Runner guy actually continuing on into Child Spirit. Free time loss.
It is how it works with glitches, that they can save you time or they can cost you time. And usually, if you get them right the first time, they'll save you 30 seconds. If you get them wrong the first time, they'll cost you 2 minutes. But they can, in certain situations, save you tremendous amounts of time as well.
And he got it.
There we go.
Now that sounds like really like mean considering that he failed it twice, but that's actually like that trick's actually easier than it looks. And again, I'm not trying to say that that I throw shade at him. I'm just saying if that sounds like really like hard to you, it's something you could never do yourself. Just try it, and you might just be able to do it.
Yeah.
Try this rule set, please.
Yeah, Snarky, when did you start learning this rule set? How long ago was it?
When did I join your Discord? Like 2 months ago, 3?
2 or 3 months ago?
Yeah, that's basically when I started.
Yeah, and then what have you learned since then? Since you started?
So I think it should be like important to mention that before I tried this, I think I played Ocarina of Time like once or twice casually. It looked really cool. I started learning it. I think I got like ISG is obviously fairly easy to get. I got Mega Flip next, and then Super Slide, and that was it for like the longest time. And then I just enjoyed doing the races with you guys. Because again, you can do them when you don't really know the glitches. You just do a standard seed and then you just keep going and just gradually, like more and more you learn more and more glitches. I remember doing a race against you two, and something useful actually was in Child Spirit, but I didn't want to do Ocarina of Time to get there as Child Link, and you two actually glitched into Child Spirit, and I didn't know how to do it. And afterwards, I actually went and I learned it. And that's what's going to happen every time that you do this. You're gonna learn new things. It's an amazing experience.
Also, I'm disappointed in Runner Guy for not going for radical strats. If you are fast enough and you get a good spread for these rupees, you are able to light the torches and do the torch run down, and then actually just after that go and die for the rupees.
We got T2 doing. He also did the hover slide to get to child side as adult. Oh, this is interesting. Runner Guy is going to use Din's Fire to light these torches in reverse. I never considered doing that, actually.
Yeah, because it's actually not that fast. Because now he has to run back. Or he's probably going to go up.
He's going to go up
and then jump down.
Yes.
Some unconventional routing for sure.
Yeah.
I hope he actually thinks about getting up. Oh, he doesn't have to get up. Oh, that was not it.
He did
one of those. Oh, sorry, go on. He
did move King Zora, so he might go back there for the FW check. I don't suspect he'll make a dip into Jabu just because it's not required, and there's only 4 checks in there, so.
I keep thinking that that they have to do Jabu
because Boomerang was so early.
Well, not just that. It's also because I could swear that Jabu is Jabu's a way to go every time. Every time we do a weekly, it's in.
To be fair, we know that Jabu isn't required because they found Boomerang early. So that's how you can tell.
I don't know, the past 2 or 3 weeklies, there was Boomerang was the item to find.
And there's the last bomb bag. Appenforce was joking that he would find his first bomb bag 2.5 hours in, and we're less than 2 hours, and he's found all 3.
Hey, Hesse? Oh yeah, 40s max.
And Arthur going into Fire Temple for the first time, I believe. Oh wait, maybe not. Oh, he's going to defeat Falagia.
I feel like we're not really getting lucky with the seed because they're all extremely far in for what isn't even 2 hours now. And I was really hoping that we see some more cool things like Forest Temple.
Well, we still have yet to find a hook shot. Once we open that, the good news is that in terms of items, they don't need that much more in order to be able to do things. So they'll be able to clear a lot of dungeons in Go mode once they find the hook shot, though.
Yeah, we might get lucky and see someone do statue climb for Spirit.
Ooh, that would be hype.
With what hook shot though?
Well, it's when someone finds hook shot. That's my point.
So I think there is a version of statue climb you can do without hook shot. Yeah.
Tito is touching balls.
Got Runner Guy doing Frogs 1.
We do know that Frogs 2 is not required, so this is the only Frogs he'll have to do.
We got a wallet in Spirit Temple.
When that guy's concerned. I'm not hearing what he's saying. There's so much in his mimic. Excuse me, facial expression is being recorded.
He's saying right now that he has this feeling that something's in Jabu. I'm listening to his audio right now.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That would be really mean, but also really good.
I mean, it makes sense though because Rito's letter was early and Boomerang was really early, and we know Ice Cavern is barren. So.
We'll see. Happen Force is currently looking like he's aiming to full clear Spirit. It is tough to do without hookshot, but it is doable with in particular using the statue climb that we mentioned.
He's also smiling. It's lovely.
We might also see happen for us. There is a hover slide you can do to get across to this.
Up capacity. Most important item.
Ooh, he's gonna do a super slide to get to the. This is another nice glitch to get from one hand to the other.
Perfectly did it.
You did it perfectly. But it's a bit risky. You can plant FW to reduce the risk a lot. But...
If you're confident you're gonna get it first try, though, then you just do it.
Yeah.
Just be good at the game.
Yeah, just get good. That particular hover slide is a little bit trickier than some of the other ones. In particular, you need to get a maximum distance, so you have to be able to do a jump slash at the end in order to get a little bit of extra height.
Oh, we have someone being Team Dobby in chat.
Yes, I know who it is. I am
That helps.
indeed. Currently, we don't know who we're rooting for because none of them did the dive to get into bottom of the well. I don't think any of us have forgiven them yet.
Oh,
I think-
I haven't. Oh, statue climb.
It's got statue
There you
climb
go.
from Happen Force. This is allowed so long as you don't do the boss key skip afterwards. He's smiling though.
Yeah.
Was he
He's gonna
just teasing us there?
I don't know. He may have forgotten to do this check. But now it's gonna make it a little bit harder to do the ISG to because he'll have to do bomb ISG now because he can't use the
With the chest.
yeah.
So you can also get ISG from the I think from Zelda's Lullaby bot.
And Runner Guy working on getting his hammer right now. A little bit.
He's probably going to be a little bit upset once he finds this hammer here.
Well, he knows. I think he knows it's here. He found the hint. Okay, Happen Force is going for statue climb again. He's got a very worried expression on his face.
Yes, this is a fairly precise trick. There are newer versions of it though, which is quite nice. That have come out. It's as with all glitches in this game. They're always works in progress. And there are very rarely the ultimate version of every glitch is known, except for possibly
Interesting
the
setup.
adult skip past King Zora.
And Runner Guy opting to go into Ice Cavern to go get Blue Fire. Probably the unfreezing King Zora is harder once he's moved out of position.
If you have an adult trade sequence item, that is very easy to be able to use in order to defrost him even after he's moved. Or I believe it's easier, though none of our runners have found that.
Yes, it is possible. It's just harder.
And I believe it's the same strat that you can use, it's just a little bit tougher to do. And yes, you can always use Blue Fire.
Odini is also setting up for the overslide.
I think the finishing it normally part is difficult since you need hookshot in order to get across some of the gaps. He might be opting to just bail out and come back later with hookshot. I believe you can mega flip across there though. Yeah. And yes, intended shots are boring.
Yeah, you might be able to. I'm not certain. I've never been in this situation before.
I have, and I remember, I don't think a hover slide makes it, because I knew how to hover slide when I tried to do it. I think a mega flip might, if you have a maximum distance.
For the guy getting a fairy.
We'll see. And the only region that RG is going to be going in here is to grab the the blue fire, since we know for sure that King Zora, defrosting King Zora is required, but we also know that Ice Cavern is barren. So it's a really gross thing that you have to do in standard, and I'm sure he's very much not happy right now that he's struggling with that trick. In particular, since he didn't actually need to move King Zora to begin with.
You know what that is? That is punishment for not doing the Cuckoo Dive.
There you go.
You might think to yourself, man, she seems petty. You would be right.
Oh, Runner Guy doing an interesting... I've never seen this clip before.
That makes sense.
This is a ledge cancel, where you, in a certain frame of your regrab, you're partially in the wall, and if you retarget during that part, you can actually just easily drop down. It's useful a lot in Water Temple, as well as for there's a strat in order to get access to GTG early without needing to do the get the carpenters, rescue the carpenters.
Oh my god, just like having to do the sliding wall without hookshot.
Let's be real. How do you do it without long shot? Let's be.
I don't know.
I find it that difficult.
As a kid, I never knew that you could use long shot or hook shot in this wall, so I've still got muscle memory from struggling up here for 16 years.
Yeah, I mean, Dobby showed me how to do it with just a hook shot, so I was very thankful for that because that saved me a lot of pain and struggling.
Actually, fun fact here: Dobby's childhood isn't that long ago.
I am older than 12 though, so I am older than ZFG.
Shade.
T2 might be doing some hook-shotless strats to get to Twinrova in a bit here. It looks like he's full clearing Spirit. Happen 4 is starting to work his way through Shadow.
Oh, hook shot!
Really?
Yes.
That's a very bad spot for a hook shot, but
Oh wow. That might be one of the worst hook shots I've ever seen, other than like Water Temple chest.
Oh, that's gonna be...
so I think T2 is now in go mode.
I think so, yeah. Oh, no, he doesn't have light arrows.
Oh, no, light arrows.
He hasn't gone to Deku Tree for the light arrows. So yes, it is, he will get a hint from that from Ganon. So he will find those fairly quickly.
Man, that's gonna hurt a lot of people. It's a good thing that T2 decided to full clear Spirit there. Arthur might find it soon.
Yeah.
But now the question is where's the other one?
Yeah. Logically, you need them both for Water Temple, but we will not.
Yes, in this case, I think in this case we'll get to see either the hammer boost or the hover slide to Morpha.
Looking at the room they're currently in, that Arthur is currently in, shoutouts to Dotso for giving me like a really nice setup to do this room with Bo.
And this is the clever use of FW here, since they don't have access to Arthur doesn't have access to hookshot yet. One of the things that's actually really surprisingly tough to do is get back up on that platform. You usually have to save warp and go back.
And we got Arthur doing the statue climb here. Which means he's going to miss out on that hook shot that T2 picked up.
If he succeeds, it might be bad for him.
Oh, nice save.
Oh.
I have to ask either Happen or him for that setup. It's amazing.
Back in Echo has a number of setups for this.
I did watch his video and he has like one that I found to be a little bit too complicated or like a little bit annoying.
Oh, and if you guys aren't aware, on the bottom left, just quickly, hookshot. If you use hookshot, it causes one of the twins to spin in place, which is just useful for positioning.
You don't even need to hit her. Like you can shoot the hook shot and like immediately interrupt your own shot.
Ooh. Arthur's struggling with the.
He has no magic to go back up quickly.
Poor Arthur.
In this case, though, it might end up being in his favor, since, as we mentioned, if he got that, it's unlikely he would opt to clear the rest of Spirit Temple, and he would miss out on that hook shot that he found.
That's true because phase 1 by Tito.
I don't think anyone's full clear fire, have they? I'm wondering if maybe the other hook shots somewhere farther up in fire.
Or in, like, Jabu or something.
Or Jabu.
Jabu would be so cool.
Yeah, T2 is somehow ahead, and yet he has yet to do Deku Tree.
Yeah. He's doing that classic Keymaker Deku Tree skip.
Yeah.
Arthur's trying again.
Go and get the block skip from Runner Guy.
Hopefully Arthur gets this in the top left.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh.
And doesn't save it either. Good time to mention that though this trick could possibly save time, it's also never going to be required. Any tricks that you do are completely at your discretion, whether you want to do them or not. If you look at it and you're like, that's a really hard trick, I don't want to have to do that, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Though it does look really cool, so I believe that factors into it.
Arthur's a little upset right now.
Let's see here, T2 with having access to hookshot makes this room a lot easier. And, you know, possible in DDR. You can do this room in Princess No I Am Wrong Warp just by using hovering. It is quite difficult to do, but it is theoretically possible. In DDR, since hovering is globally banned, you are not allowed.
There's the boss key for Shadow Temple.
It's a pretty gross location.
Yes. Yep. He may save and quit and go to do gate clip.
It looks like that is indeed what he's planning.
Yeah. We'll see if he does the 1.0 strats for killing Bongo.
1.0 is definitely risky, as it saves time. However, if you screw it up and do it wrong, you crash your game.
You soft lock the game, yeah.
And
Which
you
he
need
does.
to reset.
He's on Wii VC, and it looks like he has a 1.2 shield on.
Yeah, I'm never sure. I think they're all based on 1.0. However, I'm never sure for the shields. It seems like that changes based on the version or based on the console.
Okay.
Someone who knows more about the ROM would have to explain how that works.
Also a strange thing about mod loader. For some reason, I always get like the 1.2 shield on mod loader, even if I'm using 1.0.
Thank you, Cubs.
We do have in the bottom left T2 doing the gate skip that we mentioned. Very easy setup. You just side hop and then do a couple splashes. Yes, Golden. You can go ahead.
So, for VC, it uses the 1.2 WAD, so it uses that. It uses that shield by default.
That is tragic. That makes VC unplayable.
But I think. But you can still use it reverts everything back to 1.0, doesn't it? Or maybe not.
And not some of these graphics.
The ROM itself is 1.0. Okay. Okay. So theoretically, he could do a quick kill on Bongo, but I'm not sure he will because he is a VC player, so he wouldn't do it normally.
That's probably also why they have the VC graphics for like the items.
Yes. Nice and shiny.
We have we see there RG just walked straight past one of the fireballs. It's not very well coded, so you are able to walk past it, you are able to backflip. You are also able to super slide through them and Hess through them. It is quite easy to skip these firewalls. Let's just hope the firewalls on your computers are safer than those.
Aww.
We got T2 going into Bongo right now.
Let's see if he does the cool strat. Nope.
He chose not to do 1.0 strats.
He will probably use ISG though, in order to make this fight really quick. You can either use ISG to ensure one cycle, or you can do quick spins if you're confident in that. Looks like he might be opting for
Quick spins. It
crouch.
quick.
Crouch stab.
He's doing crouch stabs.
Perfect.
But at least one person does the thing with the bomb. It looks cool. That sounds cool.
It is, as we mentioned though, it is risky, since you can soft lock yourself.
Yes. Constantly happens to me.
It doesn't happen to me because I'm too chicken to go for it.
Yeah, but you're also good at the game, so.
Debatable.
The thing is, you can pretty much guarantee that you're not like getting soft locked, because when you throw down the bomb, you have to wait till the boss is actually getting stunned. If you're not waiting, and I oftentimes don't wait, that's when it happens.
The hardest thing for speedrunners to do, wait.
Yeah, literally.
It's true final boss right there.
There's also so much pride that more often than not you kind of have to deal with, also like towards yourself. Where you're like repeating a glitch over and over again is actually like going to cost you time, but you kind of want to get it because you kind of want to prove it to yourself, kind of as well.
So T2 on his way to finishing this seed, he's probably just gonna find the boss key in here and defeat Morpha. He may full clear try to find light arrows, but I suspect he'll just he'll fast clear the dungeon. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to get the info from Ganondorf.
Yeah.
And we do see here he did have everything to open up the dungeon properly or normally, so he opted to do that. You do need the hook shot in order to open up Water Temple, but there are a couple ways you can get in from there following the DDR rule set. We're also about 2 hours in at this point. Oh,
Huh?
we'll wait till he's done this.
Did you get boss key?
No, he hasn't opened any chests in here. Oh, he's playing FW. That's
Oh,
That's actually an interesting strat, so that way he'll be able to get here really quickly.
yeah.
that's actually really cool. Thinking about it.
Especially since it's not the fastest to get to from anywhere.
Yeah. So let's see how bad the water boss key is.
So pretty much again, if you're really scared of like trying these DDR seeds and thinking you might be getting crushed by everyone else, T2 is a primarily standard player and he's just crushing everyone right now. So bodying the entire roster.
He's also a bingo player, so he's had a lot of experience with these glitches. The runner guy finishing up Fire Temple right now. Arthur and Happy Four is searching desperately, probably for hookshot.
And we do, even in DDR, we do need the hookshot in order to access Forest Temple. Once you're in Forest, you don't need the hookshot for much of anything, but to get in, it is required.
Yes.
So another mega flip on the top left from Arthur.
Now that we're 2 hours in, it's probably a good time to mention that this is a DDR showcase, showcasing a standard randomizer seed, for the most part, that uses the dungeon door requirement rule set. The rule set itself is a glitched rule set that allows for a lot of movement tech, while still staying mostly within logic. Use the DDR command, you'll find out full details of all of the rules, but in general, it requires you to open the boss doors and dungeons using the boss key, as well as entering temples their more or less intended way. It also has some globally banned tricks such as hovering, item manipulation, wrong warping, and some menu manipulation.
So runner guy looks like he's going back to Spirit Temple. He might also do the full clear and find the hookshot up there. Which I believe someone said is logically has to be the second hookshot. So we still got a hookshot floating around out there, which I think Arthur's making his way up to Zora's domain. Happen for is in Zora's domain. One of them might try to dip Jabu and see if maybe a hookshot's hiding in there. Which would be absolutely disgusting if that was the case.
Yeah, I'm actually really sad about this seed. Like all of the things that are like really awesome for showcasing the actual like power. Like we're seeing all kinds of problems from using glitches and not really getting much out of it. But a lot of these things like Forest Temple and Jabu actually showcase a lot of power of using glitches. And we're not really seeing most of them. But to actually potentially see Jabu have hookshot. Wow.
Well, Tidu is doing a lot of interesting water temple movement right now, as we say that. He's doing a weird shot to the... Oh, I didn't know you could do that. That saves a lot of time.
Yeah. What he's doing here is called a weird shot, where you can do this little wonky maneuver and roll into a bomb and pull out your hook shot, and that causes Link's hitbox to detach, and it actually sends you beneath the floor, and so you're able to hook shot as though you were underground, as you can see here.
Yes. So Tidu knows how to do it without pause buffering. I personally use pause buffers pretty liberally to try and get...
Oh boy, yes.
Yeah, this is an extremely difficult one if you can't pause buffer.
Yeah.
I think in terms of frames, I think it's roughly close to a Hess, though I think some of the inputs are a little more precise. One of the inputs is frame perfect.
Yeah.
However, compared to if you're familiar with Majora's Mask speedrunning, in Majora's Mask, if you do it wrong, you can crash the game. In OOT, that's not the case.
I didn't know that.
If you screw up a weird shot, you're fine.
It's probably also where we should mention that if you are using certain tunic colors, you can actually crash the game when you use this weird shot.
I believe Dotso has a write-up of like what tunic colors work, and it's related to if you have too much green.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like we've got Happen for is dipping Jabu.
Nice.
So if there is a hook shot in Jabu, probably Happen for is and Arthur will get theirs from Jabu, and then Runner Guy and T2 will have gotten theirs from Spirit Temple. Assuming Runner Guy doesn't do statue climb.
He might actually do it just to apologize for no cutscene diving.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm never gonna live that down. I'm gonna remind them later on.
Yes, go ahead. Rules regarding MM or rules regarding this rule set? Safe scumming the letter.
Oh,
Do
the
you
letter
mean
there.
like using the letter, seeing what's in Fountain, and then like leaving again?
No,
No, I think
yeah, it's
there-
an MM window thing. Yeah, it would be best FM. None of us are too familiar with MMR, unfortunately.
Yeah, what is MM?
MM is actually the best Zelda game that was ever created.
I think you mean Twilight Princess, but okay.
T2 found the oh, Juke is finished.
What, really? Oh,
Yeah.
oh, come on.
This is Juke's first time doing this rule set. But T2 has found the boss key. And will be following closely behind Juke.
We'll also likely see in T2 do in Forest Temple. Since we have a bottle, he's probably going to do a trick in order to catch something in the bottle during the cutscene. And that allows you to go to the elevator before the pose brings down and allows you to stay up.
So Tito has all the medallions. All he needs now is to get light arrows. So he's probably going for the hint from Ganondorf.
Yeah.
It's definitely way better to come back than to full clear everything in just the hopes that you find the item. Unless, of course, your Juke can see the Matrix or something. You have no idea how he finished this quickly.
Maybe we should have kept him on the restream.
T2 has yet to go into Deku Tree.
Yeah, he didn't go Deku.
Oh, Arthur opted not to go into Jabu, interestingly.
I mean, I feel like if there's like one recommendation I could give people, it's just do Deku Tree every time. Like, unless you immediately get like a hint for it being barren, just do it. Just get it over with.
Let's see if Happen for is goes. He may do the Mega Flip to Baronade, just to full clear Jabu.
I'm not sure if I can ask Duke already about like items found. Did you find the hook shot? Like specifically like hook shot and long shot.
Yeah, some people will risk it and not do a Deku Tree at all. But we've got a second.
Oh, top right, we're seeing the Mega Flip.
We're seeing the Mega Flip to Baronade using a Chew.
And as we mentioned, this one has a couple really nice visual cues that you can use based on the Oh, that was a little bit of surprise there from Happen Force, as that didn't work. But there are a couple of visual cues you can use in order to know when you have to do the inputs.
We got our second finisher, Dylan Meeble. And Shaggy finished. Oh, he unfinished. Never mind.
Unfinished. He got it. Now we have the second part of it all.
Yeah. The Mega Flip's the easier part of getting to Baronade like this. Oh,
There you go.
First try.
Didn't even pause buffer.
So see, one requirement in DDR that you also have to do is this last staircase to get up to Ganondorf, you have to Hess. So T2 is automatically disqualified 100%. Didn't Hess.
No cutscene dive and no Hess.
Disappointed. Man, Juke
See,
didn't do
this
it
is-
either?
This is what happens when you're not French. Wait, is he French?
All right, and here comes T2.
He do it, friends.
Ooh, that's extra shade.
Okay, T2. T2 probably.
Too bad that he's not using the voice comms. I would love
Yeah, yeah.
to see what he's thinking right now.
Yeah. RG slowly working his way to getting his hook shot. Let's see if Happen Forest gets a hook shot at Baronade. Oh my gosh! Oh no! Stone Jabu for the first hook shot.
Oh,
Oh.
God, that's so gross.
Happen Forest is quite disgusted right now.
Well, sorry as object. If you wait about a minute, you'll find out where the other hook shot is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, what a disgusting hookshot layout.
Like,
So, who actually rolled this seed? Was it you, Golden?
I think it's clearly golden. It's a golden seed for sure.
Typical.
Look, okay, I roll the seeds for every weekly we do. All right. Baronade was the other hook shot. Happen Force just found it.
I told you should have let me roll the seed and make me like the fall girl and the easiest to get rid of. What's Offer doing?
All right, Runner Guy is about ready to get his first hook shot.
Yeah. Whether it's going to be a better or worse than the Happen Forest hook shot in terms of reaction, we'll see.
We'll see.
Oh yeah, we know that shooting the sun is the bow. Wowzer! That's the second hook shot. Got to be, right?
So,
Does it have
one
to
thing to
be?
note though for Happen Forest,
No, it
is
doesn't
not
have
yet
to
in
be.
go mode since he
guess
never
now we
found the
can
bow
lower this.
in the bottom of Shadow, so he's still looking for that.
It could still be the first hook shot, I'm pretty sure. If the bow is available
And
somewhere.
T2 in Deku Tree, getting ready to get his light arrows.
His
And he'll be on
three
his
light
way to
arrows.
Yes, he'll be on his way to completing the seed. Wowzers, indeed.
Wowzers! That explosion was gnarly kuka.
So Happen Force is still missing a bow. Where was Bow again?
Deep Shadow. there was
Deep
a bow.
Shadow. Gross.
That is currently
We'll
the
see.
only bow we found, so we'll see.
And here goes T2 for his light arrows.
Ta-da!
There you go. So T2 should be finishing up soon. Now just needs to go through Ganon. One thing that we might see on this, with T2 doing is that you are able to keep your Master Sword during the Ganon fight by doing some tricks. We'll see if he ends up going for that.
I'm assuming the spoiler log can be unlocked after everyone's done. By the way, Trezco was kind enough to add a new category in race time, specifically for the DDR rule set. So if you want to do, if you want to start doing DDR races right now, you're more than welcome to.
Please do. Please.
If you're looking for a
We
good
need more
time
people.
to do a DDR rule set, we have the weekly races at every Saturday morning for me at 9:30 Eastern time, 3:30 Central time.
Central European, yeah. Not to be confused with Central, like where Texas and Minnesota are.
I assume those are in Central time. My knowledge
They're probably not in Europe.
geography is not great.
It's 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Officially Central, where Texas and Minnesota are.
And like seriously, like don't like if you're one of those people who might be kind of like afraid to try this because everyone is like using glitches and all that stuff. Don't feel bad. Like no matter what, if you have like at least a cursory knowledge of how the logic works, then chances are you are more or less going to automatically defeat at least me. So it's all gonna be fine.
And one nice thing in terms of logic is that you are able to 100% play the ROM following standard logics, and you'll be perfectly fine. And then you can just add glitches as you want to use them. Some nice ones is doing.
I don't know.
Random Cannon with ISG. Where is Tito going?
You might have FW planted. Yeah, okay.
He
Yeah.
does have it planted, but like, what was he doing there?
I have
before
no
that?
idea.
I think he's trying to get magic since he's only got a little sliver and he needs to shoot light arrows.
I didn't even know there was a big fairy to fill magic.
Yeah, I think if you go to the Gossip Zones and you play Song of Storms, I think it's Song of Storms that does it.
I'm just learning new things about this game.
Wait, but Song of Storms gives you like a normal fairy, and fairies heal your life, right?
One of the songs you can play gives you a big fairy, and the big fairies heal magic as well.
Well, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You can't bottle them though.
Still, I didn't know that. That is crazy. That's the thing with this game. Like this game is like a black hole of information. You're never gonna stop learning about it. It's like Pot of Exile.
Yeah, it's like when I learned about the purple lever, the big lever and the big ways. That was mind-blowing to me. Oh, it looks like Arthur's working his way to GTG right now.
And there is a clip you can do to access GTG early. However, it's barely worth it, if at all, since all you need to do is one guard for this for these settings.
I've been seriously tempted to invoke DDR admin powers and change that, but I went with the will of people instead. It makes it more interesting if you have 4 Carpenters. It makes it interesting, like, do I go get the Gerudo card and open up Horse Archery that way, or do I just clip into GGG? But
An easy thing to solve. Just like limit the voting powers to the people who play bingo. To be like, but gameplay really important. Don't talk about the gameplay. And then we have like stuff like Epona's race and Child Stealth and all the stuff that is extremely fun.
The strategy, of course, is to only include people you know who will agree with you.
yeah, that's right.
It's the best way.
improved voting, quote unquote.
So see here, T2, it doesn't look like he did the strat to preserve the sword. When you have access to another sword, you're just able to use ISG and power crouch jab in order to preserve it. So it's not hugely beneficial, but it is still cool. And as you mentioned, that is the most important part.
Havenfor is getting ready to get his second hook shot. He probably won't be reacting as strongly as Runner Guy did.
Yes, it is the hook shots in the seed have not been very good.
That is so golden. It's such a golden seed.
Very much a golden seed. T2 is just finishing up now. Second phase of damage.
Runner Guy's about ready to be in go mode, getting his bow in Shadow Temple. T2 has finished. This is actually a pretty fast seed. Usually we go about 3.5 hours, but this week it was pretty quick.
The Duke was almost below 2 hours, which is crazy.
Habit Force has a lot of dungeons to still complete. But he's in good shape right now. He can probably breeze through a lot of the dungeons. Assuming he finds the bow. Yeah, he just
the bow.
Yeah. Which may keep him from full clearing or from fast clearing any dungeons. Dylan Meeble got second place.
Bon.
And he forgot to switch off his timer.
He finished at 2:25:43, so about a minute ago.
We'll see, Arthur Houdini's still looking through GTG. He still needs a
Still
hook
got
shot
one
and
man,
a
just
bow.
And he might find a bow in there, but he's not gonna find a hook shot.
Yeah, there was a lot of places didn't have to go to in this seed. Didn't have to go to GTG at all. Didn't have to go to Ice Cavern at all.
Well, unless you're RG.
Unless you're RG. Ooh.
That's true.
It's awesome. Like, just for commentating, I learned like so many new like strategies again. Like unthawing King Zora like that. That is such a cool thing.
We'll have to do this again sometime, right, Trez?
Actually, please. This is fun.
Putain, bon LNG.
We'll have to
bien,
make
moi, au
sure
moins,
to
j'ai un
also
double.
pick a time where Runner Guy's computer explodes.
Je
and
vais
then
pas
running
trop
up.
de temps.
Yeah. We were having a little bit of a crisis about 30 minutes before we did this. Runner Guy's computer wouldn't start up. There we go. We just got permission from Trez to do this again sometime.
It's the same time next week?
Yeah, that's right.
Elle va me faire un doublé encore.
Runner Guy about ready to get his bow.
Mm-hmm.
One of these two chests.
He's gonna just do the same thing again.
And that will be go mode once he opens this chest for RG.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Singing it calmly.
Yay!
He's gonna hover slide over to Bongo, it looks like. Yeah, the first hook shot was at Baronade. Happened for his wit and got it.
It is very gross.
Very, very disgusting.
Actually, I think it's justice. Because he didn't do the cuckoos.
You mean Cuckoo
Cuts and
Dive?
dive. Yeah,
Oh.
apologies.
Runner
Oh,
Guy
1.0.
is doing 1.0 strats for Bongo.
Or not, never mind.
Uh,
It is possible to damage Bongo's hands while it's still unloaded.
I also gotta say, like big thanks, Tito, for like all the extremely cool glitches that you showed off.
mhm.
You showed up all kinds of like really cool and like sometimes even pretty obscure tricks. Pretty
That
awesome.
into the Doors domain. Oof. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, you could have just gotten Zelda's Lullaby from Song of Storms and saved yourself all the trouble.
Yeah,
We
but
got
the
to-
aesthetics.
We got to see a cool trick. It's fine.
This is just all about how pretty it looks.
Yes.
You were the absolute highlight though. But next time we feature you, you have to do the Coco Dive.
C'est quoi? Oh, la béca.
RG is annoyed.
Cool. Oh, and Arthur Houdini found a bow in GTG.
Oh wow, how lucky. So is he's still missing his hook shot though?
Yeah, he's still missing a hook shot. But we know both of them are really gross.
Yeah, both of them are
Oh.
really bad. Yeah, Shadow Bosky was a really bad location.
Yeah.
As we were talking about earlier, you can if the Bosky is in a decent location, you can gate skip and just go straight to Bongo at that point. But you run the risk of key locking yourself, so you just have to be mindful of your keys. As long as there's a small key in the back area where the invisible maze is, then you're safe. So Runner Guy getting ready to finish, to do Water Temple, and he'll be on his way to completing the seed. Habit 4 is getting close to getting his bow.
And once again, it looks like it might be close between Runner Guy and Happen Force. Though
Bon,
RG
je prends un arc
does have
ici. Cette
a
GG.
decent amount of lead currently.
Yeah.
I don't even know if the lag from N64 Ganondorf fight will be enough to put him behind.
Mm-hmm.
You've never experienced that since you're used to playing on a VC or like emulator. You're in for a treat.
Like, if you saw the amount of lag I keep getting from stuff, oh my god. Sometimes it doesn't stop lagging. I'm playing on emulator, so.
Ah là là, compliqué un peu cette seed.
So see, all the
Un
times
petit peu
that Arthur
compliqué,
Houdini is
bon.
in here is all wasted time, since we know
Je pense
that
que-
neither of the hook shots are in here. So for his sake, we hope that he goes and full clears the rest of Spirit, or goes to Jabu.
This is
Non, ouais,
extra sad
j'aurais
because
dû
he was
continuer
so
Spirit,
close to hook shots and then he did get it.
Mhm.
Which is something that happened a lot to me, where I kind of dipped
Putain, mais
into a
le premier
dungeon and I
hookshot,
felt
c'était
like
Barina.
I'm not really feeling it. I feel like I'm not really getting the thing that I need here, and opted out and actually kind of screwed myself over.
It is one of the downsides where you have a decision each time you find the boss key of do you full clear or do you then go directly to the boss? Since pretty much every dungeon has
On va
a
pas faire ça tout
way,
de suite, sait-on
once you
jamais,
find the
si je
boss
trouve
key
un
to get
Stark,
quickly to the boss door.
Yeah. And that was part of the design of that was part of the reasoning behind this this rule set was that there's now you can now quickly get to using glitches. You can now get to the boss once you have the boss key. You don't necessarily have to full clear any of the dungeons. Forest included, even though that one's a little bit more tenuous, just because of how the forest elevator cutscene works. And there's Happen for his bow. So he is now in go mode.
Et c'est
I
le go
believe.
mode, ouais, bon, bah c'était plus facile que je pensais.
Yep.
If he's not in go mode, he thinks he is. So
Au moins on est en go mode, les gars.
Boguette.
Serranos.
yeah, so far you do have to open all the boss doors, even if you have the BK.
Yes. So, I'm wondering when we were creating the rule set, if we should have just said you have to go collect the boss key and then you can get to the boss door however you want. But I think having to go and open the boss door is much more fun, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's
Aïe
good.
aïe 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 aïe.
Yeah.
Je me sens nul, mais bon.
And because
Je
right
vais
now,
juste faire
things like
assez
boat,
vite
you
de
can't do
rester
boat skip
concentré,
in Shadow
essayer de
Temple
faire honneur au restream,
because the boss door doesn't load, so you can't unlock it.
pas lâcher l'affaire.
There is a rule set you can use in order to avoid doing Forest Temple. It's called
Ok,
Randomizer.
bon, bah c'est sub 3.
I mean,
si je t'ai monté
At this
tout en
rule
haut,
set, you
quoi.
can skip most of Forest Temple.
J'aurais eu le grappin.
You
j'aurais
can,
fini,
once you find the boss, if you do the pose cutscene
je sais
skip,
pas combien de temps avant.
and you find the boss key, you just gotta walk back to the elevator and fall down.
Actually, in all fairness, like I think out of like most of the rule sets, other than like no IMW, WW, DDR is actually one that more often than not actually does allow you to skip most of Forest Temple. Because you
Ah,
can
ouais,
like,
ouais,
skip
ouais.
to
Bon,
basement
là, c'était pas
immediately.
terrible. Mais bon.
Yes,
mode,
Zopar,
je peux battre, Renegade,
this is basically the
Dark
weekly
Truth,
settings
c'est
except
ça.
enable useful cutscenes
Mais
is
bon.
on.
J'y crois moyen.
We made that change intentionally so that way you can skip most of Forest Temple.
Et
There are also
trouvé
ways
tous les
to get to the basement of Forest Temple by doing some
hookshot du-
elaborate clips,
Ils sont
but
tous là.
those are not easy. It is still doable, however.
Putain, mais mon gars, quand j'étais
Yes,
dans
there
Spirit,
is
il fallait que je monte, fallait que
one
je fasse tous
by-
les checks au lieu de
it's either Bakanoko or
devoir rusher
Blini.
comme un caca.
That you can use. It's
Ça m'a coûté beaucoup de
but
temps.
it is quite scary.
Some horseback archery, and Guy was doing super slides with a
Grappin,
single
là,
bomb,
ouais,
which
c'est un
is
peu ça quand même.
touche. Pretty good. Aww, that feeling when you do horseback archery. It's nothing.
Okay, Arthur is in a bit of
Tizzle.
he's a bit of dire straits over here.
Was he gonna have perfect?
No.
Oh, no.
The ZFG.
And Habfor's making his way into water to finish the
Aw.
Ooh, fire arrows. Now he can enter Shadow Temple with
Bon.
fire arrows.
And
Ça va être
RG
un
missed
water très
pulling out
classique.
Morpha.
To be fair, I think did Arthur Houdini get the Din's fire? I think he did.
Yeah, it was in
so.
fairly early. It was in bottom of the well.
Awesome, nice lag.
Yeah.
I was saying it mostly as a joke.
Ah, j'aurais dû mettre
Now we'll see.
Power
RG,
Swing.
that's his last.
J'y ai pas pensé.
That's his last medallion, so he's now going to be going to try and defeat Ganondorf.
Try.
I mean, he'll be fine. He's got
Yeah.
like what, 11 hearts, double defense.
And now you get to watch 10 minutes
J'ai
of
pas
lag
pensé à mettre
as he
la
goes through it.
zone avant de checker mon watt.
You will. I know RG also usually goes for the super slide, so you might get to
Yes.
see that as well.
Yeah, he'll probably do the super slide into the Ganon fight, and that allows you to keep your Master Sword.
C'est cool hein, le
More
D-pad où
importantly, he's
t'appuies
going to
sur
do
un
the
bouton, t'en
hasp to
appuies
the
sur
door,
4 en même
which is
temps.
Oh,
actually a
J'aime
requirement.
beaucoup, j'apprécie.
Yeah, it's actually a
énormément.
requirement.
C'est trop cool que la clé du boss se trouve ici.
We'll see. Happen Force is still making his way through Water Temple. He just needs to find the boss key, and then like the others, he'll then just go and beat it.
Je vais tout péter.
That's his last dungeon. After that, he will be going to Ganondorf. Meanwhile, Arthur Houdini is going back into Spirit, which is fantastic for him, as he needs to get to the deep end of Spirit in order to find his hookshot.
Ouais, non, normalement je saute 3. Normalement.
Now, if you're just joining us while we have a free time,
C'est ça.
this is the DDR showcase for the DDR rule set. DDR rule set is a glitched rule set for the randomizer that allows you to do a lot of quality of life and movement glitches while still staying mostly within logic. In general, it allows you to you're not allowed to you glitch into dungeons. You have to open them their intended way, as well as having to open boss key doors. But other than that, it is fairly general, other than needing not being allowed to do any hovers. You're not allowed to use item manipulation, wrong warping, and a couple other things. If you use the DDR command, you can see the full list of what is allowed and what isn't. And in case you're interested in learning, you can always ask in any of the streamers here. They'll be happy to help you. You can also check out their is a section in the OoTR Discord for learning tricks, where they can help you out in glitch tricks. And the weekly races are at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time on Saturday mornings, and then 3:30 Central European time are the weekly races for DDR if you want to join in.
And I recommend it. You should absolutely try this. It's amazing fun. Even if you're just using ISG. Like, we're not seeing it here, but like fights like Phantom Ganon are so easy with ISG. It's amazing.
We see now Arthur Houdini's going into deep spirit now, so he
Bon,
should find
ça va.
his
Fermer
hook
ça.
shot fairly quickly, which I'm sure he
Ah,
will
bon,
not
bah, ça a
quickly,
été
at
plus
that
fastidieux que
location
prévu
for
cette
it.
seed-là, mais
Nope.
cette fois, normalement.
But that will be his go mode, and then he'll be able to clear Spirit Temple as well as all the other dungeons he needs. Happen Force is going for a hammer slide to get to Morpho, boss door faster.
Ugh, that hammer boost, I love it.
Time for some lag.
Time for some awesome lag.
Juicy lag.
Oh non. Bon, tant pis.
Alright, he's using quick spins.
Ça, c'est qu'il m'en manque pas, gros. Hein, pour,
All those frames.
And then
No,
we'll
no,
see him
reviens.
probably super slide into. He may just walk in because he has hammer. Usually, I think someone said that as
Je
if
pensais
they
qu'il
have
manquait
hammer,
un
they'll
trou
just
pour
walk
la
in.
finir. J'aurais dû jump slash. Trop con. C'est pas grave.
Oh,
You do either way.
vraiment
You
t'es
want to
gros,
make sure
voilà.
to do a jump slash with
Oh.
the Master Sword, but he is opting for the super slide. So we'll see that
Yeah.
here. All you have to do is get the super slide, then
manquait pas
pull R during the entire cutscene. And for some reason, it's programmed that the losing the sword is
Non, on va
linked
essayer
to
de
that
se brouiller le fion
animation
maintenant
of it getting
pour pas
knocked
se
out
faire
of your
sniper
hands.
par Arthur ou
Since
par
Link isn't able to
Reneguy
do
ou
that
par quelqu'un
animation,
d'autre.
you keep the sword.
Si on peut
Time
faire
to look at Arthur.
4ème, ce sera déjà
Oh,
ça.
yeah, Arthur Houdini is about to find his hook shot right now.
Putain, mais c'était plus facile que prévu. Oh. Genre vraiment, là, si je t'ai resté
I don't
dans
know what
Split
he
et que je t'ai
said,
monté
but
tout en haut.
Sounds
Et
frustrated.
là, là.
He
Tant pis.
sounds pretty dead right now.
Fernando, ben en vrai, c'est de ma faute, hein. J'ai mal joué.
Okay.
It was probably French. Probably not polite. I don't have his audio, so
hope
I
not.
can't tell you.
Genre, j'étais trop focus sur faire Spirit sans
So
le
runner guy,
que je
see, he has his
fasse
Master
un
Sword still
échec.
equipped,
C'est de ma faute.
so you don't need any additional weapons
Cela me
to
serve de leçon.
go into this fight.
The major advantage this gives you is that you are able to jump slash the tail, so it makes it a little bit easier to hit sometimes if he cooperates.
Well, thank you for saying that, Funky's Flights. We'll be sure to pass that message on to him.
Oui, non, mais effectivement, je pouvais pas le savoir. C'est sûr.
Well, here's another spot that you can see lots of lag on RG's end.
I'm so happy that I read
Normalement,
that.
non. Bah, je sais pas, peut-être. Mais je pense pas. Je sais pas.
Arthur's probably still looking for the boss key for Spirit Temple.
Parce que normalement, sur le restream,
Oh no, he's sorry, he's going to the.
t'es supposé
I
avoir
thought I saw him defeat an Iron Knuckle. I didn't know which one. And runner guy is
t'es supposé
done,
pas avoir de micro. Juste le son du jeu, en fait.
and Happen Force is getting close.
Si on m'entend sur le stream, bah bonjour.
Arthur still has
Bonjour à tous
a
ceux
bit
qui
to
nous
do. He's
écoutent.
got to do Spirit, Shadow, and Water. He's about ready to finish Spirit right now.
Aïe.
The good news for RG is not even the lag is
non,
enough
il a
to
fini.
put him
J'ai lu.
behind Happen Force yet.
Yeah. I guess he's not going to stick around for the 420, huh?
I guess not. Has been known in previous DDR races, if he's close to 420, to simply wait for that time. 2 hours might be pushing it a bit.
Yeah.
On va taper. GG.
You'll see once again on Arthur Houdini's side, if you use the hookshot on the twins as they're flying around,
Bon.
they'll stop in place and spin, which is useful for positioning.
Someone tell Runner Guy where the other hookshot was.
Il en reste plus gros. Ah bon? Parce que là, on m'entend sur le stream, là, pour vrai? Genre, j'aimerais bien qu'on me prévienne, si c'est le cas, pour vrai. Je couperai mon micro.
Let's see if Happen Force has us up.
Yeah, it is required. No, come on, Happen Force.
Oh,
Disappointed.
Oh,
so much disappointment.
Automatic DQ.
no
No
cutscene dive, no has disqualified.
automatic DQ.
Next, he's going to start talking in English. Losing all that power.
You see, Happen Force is about to start Ganondorf fight, so this should be over pretty quickly.
Yeah. Playing a VC means very little lag. Oh, and he's going to use bottle strats like me.
I'll do the same. Isn't that like what most people do?
Well, Runner Guy does quick spin strats.
It is interesting.
Yeah,
though,
okay, but Runner Guy, like,
It is interesting though. Happen Force switched back to his Master Sword. He might be too used in MSD and whatnot. Oh yeah, he can also get ISG because no lag on VC. So it's probably faster than doing the equip later.
And he's also gonna super slide into the cutscene. Maybe.
or not.
He's got this. He's only got 17 more tries.
There we go.
Big Runner Guy.
A full screen RG, which on the restream might be cut off, so it might be 3/4 of an RG.
I don't know what he's talking about, but he's probably discussing how it would be really, really cool if more people tried DDR. Because we're all amazing friends, we're all having a shit ton of fun.
As long as you got the beard, that's good enough for RG.
Yeah.
So see here, Arthur Houdini just did a gate clip, or another version of it. As we mentioned, there are dozens of setups for that, some easier than others, depending on what kind of strats you like to use.
And thank you for the raid, Runner Guy. Party 133.
Oh.
GG.
GG. We got Happen Force getting ready to finish up, and Arthur Houdini working his way through Shadow Temple, and he still has water left to do.
So RG, do you want to know what the other hookshot was?
Did anyone tell you?
Happen for us.
Baronade. Baronade. It was sitting on
Literally
Baronade.
Baronade.
Yep.
Merci à tous.
There we go. Happen for us about to finish as well. Deliver the final blow, just waiting for the sometimes feeling like 35-minute cutscene of Zelda shooting light at him.
Yeah. There was doing that was not expected.
GG, folks.
That was a nice finish for Happen.
What do you think? Given that Arthur will still need quite a while, should we just host over to him and give him like some free exposure?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sounds good.
Yep.
So this was insanely short and really fun.
Yeah, we were certainly not expecting it. I mean, you were talking with me about how long these roughly take. I went back through all the weeklies and was like, oh, they take about 3.5 hours. That's what. But I mean, this was a really short seed.
Indeed.
I was really surprised.
And I hope it's not gonna be the last time. Like, I want to have this back. Maybe we could do, for starters, I thought of like doing a monthly restream of this on ZSR. How does this sound?
That would actually be really cool.
That would be really cool,
I've been
yeah.
really enjoying this.
Maybe we can get some of our regular runners of this to also come in and commentate.
Sounds great. So consider it done. A monthly restream of DDR. We are going to do it.
I was really surprised.
That is so cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm looking forward to it. And maybe we could do. Don't worry, Happen Force, by the way. We actually just switched to your audio when T2 finished, so we had something, but that's fine.
That would actually
Mhm.
All right, so without further ado, let's actually say thank you to everybody that watched. Thank you to Golden Sapinski, to W Digital, and to the Snarky Lesbian for commentary. thank you so much, because I missed them earlier, to our 4 trackers, to Shiro, to Sonic, to Toursky, and to Your Everyday Giant Clam. Still best nickname in the entire Discord, by the way. And we are going to be back with more DDR later. On the mainstream, we now have the grand final of the Diminished Cap Randomizer tournament. And later today at 6 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have the NA Weekly of OoTR. I hope you're all going to be back for that one. That's going to be on the main channel, I'm fairly certain. Yes, quite indeed. There's also going to be some GSR later and more stuff tomorrow. Thank you all for watching. And yeah, let's go to Arthur.
There's just one quick thing that I have to
Sure.
mention real quick. Arthur Houdini right now has 69 rupees.
Oh boy.
Nice.
That's
really
a,
important.
that's a key performance, or like best performance to finish a restream. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
hosting.
Thanks.